Well, let's see. Let's see what happens. Damn, you could even play music. Alright. See, I don't like how it don't have my name. Oh. Well, that's a little better. There we go. There we go, Wilbur. What's this? Add a scene? Hey, where did you go, Johnny? So, what's this? Add a source. Invite guests, extra camera, local video, image. I think I like this place better than StreamYard, truthfully. Huh. Okay. It says I'm live. Damn. What does it just end my live stream like that? I don't know. So what's this? So hold up. Oh. And it's cheaper than freaking. Now, what if I want to? Oh yeah, go back to that. Boom. I hope someone comes in. I'm gonna sit here until somebody comes in. Just because. Let me see if I could do this. So yeah, man, I'm about to go with Restream because StreamYard fucked me over. And hey, Dom, I go to fucking StreamYard this morning, and all my shit is gone. And I was about to blame fucking Cage. I was like, every time you fucking come around, there's issues with my stuff. But I think they raised the prices over at StreamYard. So I guess my thing ran out, my New Year's thing from last year, whatever. I'm glad because I found this. It's called Restream. StreamYard charges almost $50 a month for the lowest one. This shit's only $19 a month, and it has way better options and everything. So I think I'm gonna go with Restream over StreamYard. It's half the fucking price. So what does that say? Yeah. What's up, A to Z? Yeah, it sucks. I woke up, I went, like I said, and go to stream, and all my shit's gone. Everything that, all the time I took to build everything up and keep it in StreamYard, everything was gone. So I basically sent something to StreamYard and told them to go shove it up their ass. Like, how you gonna just wipe out everyone's? Like, they reset my whole page. I was pissed. But I turned it into a positive. I said, this could be a blessing, and it is. Yeah, I'm glad too, because I cut the price in half. It was either I pay $50 a month, and I said, I'll pay $20 a month, but I'm not paying no $50 a month. That's the lowest package StreamYard has. But all platforms probably end up doing that, They'll reel people in, and then once they be like, damn, we got, say, 20,000 people paying $20 a month. So when their contract's up, let's just wipe them and make them pay double. Once they start getting a lot of action, that's what they're going to do. Most platforms. I mean, it's business, I guess, right? Shit, be like waters, right? Unless it's got contaminants in it. Now, I'm gonna drop a link. I'm gonna test it out. Somebody see if they can come up. I want to see how difficult it is because most people only use StreamYard. I don't even know how to get the link. Hold on. Let's see. How do I get this link here? Bam. Is this it? Yep. Got it. And then I have to go here, I think. Ha! Thanks, Dom. I appreciate it. Cool. Yeah, I like the whole setup too. But it don't let you. It's kind of similar to StreamYard. It won't let you put a background unless you pay. And I think that's a downfall with StreamYard is that you used to be able to put stuff in the back even if you didn't pay. Now they don't let you. And that sucks. fuck it, I'm gonna pay 20 bucks in a minute. When I get off here, I'm gonna pay it. Create me an account. I like this Restream. Thank you, Restream. You're the best. I bet you the person who owns StreamYard owns Restream. How much you bet? This day is going pretty bad for me already. Hurricane allegedly can't get into the beat I sent them. I don't know, whatever. Knowledge Uprising song is fire. You know, and it just goes to show I'm not the only one that, you know, with Bro Sanchez and stuff. I need a new name. You know, Chuck the God was just a temporary name because I never created a name. Now let's see. Oh, right here. Oh, okay. Let's see. Is that how you do it? Ah, there we go. Hey, Dom. This is awesome. Look how much better it looks, too. What happened? The head of marketing at Restream. Get ready for an exclusive insight in industry secrets. Who the hell wrote this? And what's this? You can't unmute? Let me see. Let me see. Mirror camera, hide camera. That's on. Radius. Here we go. We got A to Z up here. Oh man, don't tell me no one could unmute now. The button to unmute is at the bottom. I know that much. I could hear A to Z. The bottom, Dom, the bottom's, I mean the bottom. The unmute button's on the bottom left. You're unmuted, Dom, huh? Hold on. How you doing? It's A to Z, right?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Better now that I figured this out.
Yeah, that's totally cool.
Cause I was ready to I don't like the fact that StreamYard only gives you 20 hours a month. I was looking into it. Now it's 20 hours a month, I think, or a week or something like that. And I don't know. Excuse me. StreamYard is not worth $50 a month for the lowest tier. It's just not
That's a
worth
great
it.
savings. $30 a month savings, yeah.
No, I'll pay 20, but they don't have a $20 tier. They used to.
Wow. The cornering market. Yeah.
Restream's pretty good, so I think I'll stick with them.
Why not? You know?
Huh.
It might work better without bugs.
Yeah. What? You're in the United States or Europe?
New Hampshire, United
New
States.
Hampshire. Nice. I think it's
That's
New Hampshire or Vermont. I just seen something about their minimum wage. They're still at like 7.50 or something, or $8.
I'm
That's
not sure.
wild.
I'm retired.
But I've been to Vermont, I think it was, or New Hampshire. I don't remember, but I've been there once, and it's so beautiful, and a lot of mountains up there. And it took us about 9 hours to get to where we were going. I don't remember. This is back in like 1999, 98. But it was so beautiful up there. Oh man. I remember
It
we
gets
had
to
to go through
31 below
upstate.
zero.
Huh?
I'm above. I can see Mount Washington in my backyard.
Nice.
I'm northern New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
It gets to 31 below zero here in the winter.
So you're up near Canada.
About 100 miles from the Canadian border.
So you're about 2 hours maybe.
Approximately, yeah.
So that ain't bad. That's like
I had a black
from here
bear
to New
hanging in
York.
my back swing. For real.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We have fisher cats up here that eat squirrels. There's a lot of wildlife coming out of the woods lately.
Hey, Soama. Hold on. There we go.
If you're aware of Nikola Tesla, I really do. I've studied Tesla for many years. Arthur Matthews used to be a student of Nikola Tesla. I met Arthur Matthews.
Yeah. Tesla.
He was a character, Tesla. He really was.
Do you think Tesla created like time machine sorta, or to go to other dimensions? You think that's true?
Most definitely. He actually had what he called a communicator. He took a vacuum tube, well, he had spot gaps within mercury vapor, and it's just like his capacitors. That he used mineral oil, and he utilized nickel along with lead, and that's the funny thing is that Nikola Tesla used everything backwards. He looked at the ground as the greatest potential, and he looked at the sky as what he grounded his units to in reverse than what we've been taught. Because he saw the sky as the sea of energy above our head. He wasn't so far off. They don't want us to know this stuff. Tesla had flying blimps over New York City run by electrical power from an antenna. Because the magnifying power, right, transmitted electricity over long distances. Just like the Waldorf Astoria Hotel is a very large coil down the center. And in the basement is very days one of Tesla's permanent magnet, if you want to call it generator, but he called it connecting with the natural medium, the ether. That's all around us, you know. But when I met Arthur Matthews, he actually was a student of Tesla's in his laboratory. See, he was a wealth of knowledge. It was mind-blowing. I don't know if you know about Tesla's car in New York, over in Buffalo, New York, Museum of Niagara Falls.
An electric car, I know in the 1830s in Hartford, Connecticut here, there was electric cars and electric trolleys everywhere.
Tesla
Way before
built
the
his own.
1930s.
He took a
Hey,
Pierce
Dom, is it working?
1912 Pierce Arrow, and he sunk a zinc rod in the rear end of the car into you could do a drainer. You ever put a meter on drainer water? Electrical power you get out of it. So he looked at the a gas tank. It wasn't a gas tank though. He would eat the zinc. He had 3 knobs. If you look at the museum, it's right there. Tesla's electrical is 70 miles an hour continuously without build is right there. Niagara Falls, right? They bought Tesla's generators. They never had to. Magnets. It's kind of funny. The flood rusted solid. They can't even close them. He was something else.
That's interesting because
he communicated with outer space, according to Arthur Matthews.
What was that? There's this lady I watch. Her name's shit. She's on YouTube and she talks about the ley lines that are all around the world, and
they are, yeah.
The waterfalls are right on ley lines, and that's interesting. You said there's magnetic rock in there, or magnets.
The Earth is like a big engine. You have a North and South Pole. Well,
yeah, the pole, the North Pole. We live in a generator for sure.
The North Pole is very small, and the South Antarctica is a very large place. It's an easier way of saying it, but the devil's in the details. It really is. Because Admiral Byrd, I know if you heard about him.
Yeah, I've heard of Admiral Byrd. Of course.
And he talked about there was a big void underneath the North Pole. And he flew from pole to pole without any resistance.
Whoa. I think the South Pole, well, I personally don't subscribe to the heliocentric one, but I have a different model. But
okay.
I've been oh, here we go.
Look at all
Let's see if I can
pull. Look at all the air traffic. They only fly over continents. The same thing.
This is
they only hug the coasts of every country. I'll give you an example. If we were in a boat right now, right, and we wanted to go to England, we would head dead north.
Yeah.
If we get to England.
I used to think to go to Europe from Connecticut, you would go out, but no. And the real map is you go north. You're right. And up and over the pole to get to Europe. Not like the globe where they say you got to leave Connecticut and go east.
That's right.
And go to Russia, just go up near Alaska. It's right there.
That's right. Yeah. To go to Japan, you have to go fly the coast of Alaska first, and then down what they call Russia and China, because it's all one straight shot. I know I've flown it. I've done a lot of things. I lived a crazy life. But there's all reasons for that. Tesla was fighting with J.P. Morgan. Morgan's the one that put him out of business. Because Tesla wanted to bring energy to the world.
So this is Long Island right here,
You're spot
I
on
think.
when you talk about. Well, I look at them as antennas. You'd call them lightning. You suppress lightning to ground out buildings that are tall.
Yeah.
If you look during the Civil War, they had, flying machines. They didn't teach us this in school. You have to discover this stuff for yourself.
I was just showing a picture of, hold on, let's see if I could pull up more pictures that I got yesterday. I was looking into trolleys in Hartford in the 1800s.
Hartford is an interesting place, yes. The old train
Yeah, I do a
station,
lot of videos.
it was built out of sandstone.
Yep. I'm about to pull something up right now with sandstone. Look at this. This is the archway that goes into the Capitol in Hartford. And I've always wondered, these statues that are on there, who are these people? And they don't look like anyone from the 1800s. These statues look pretty old. Older than that.
Well, they'll explain it away and say we copied architecture from Europe. Is one of
Yep,
the
Europe
names
has
they
the
use.
same setup too.
Yeah. Well, I can remember trolleys myself. And after the late 60s, they started doing away with them.
Yep.
But when I was a kid, I remember Christmas Eve, especially because the trolleys were arcing electricity that was above the street in New Hampshire. And none of it, it's all direct current. And the trolley wheels, this was the thing that amazed me. One side, the left side, was a generator hooked to an electrical motor. So as it was rolling with the electrical motor, it was reproducing electricity through the system like a loop. And everybody says there's no such thing as perpetual motion.
I think there's electricity all around us. Look at this. This is inside the Capitol.
6 and 8 hertz, our brain frequency works on. There's electricity inside us. Everything's held together by electrical current.
Everything's vibrating on a molecular level. These are inside. Anyone that's in the chat, these are pictures of the Capitol inside. I told you I'd bring you pictures of the inside. It has a movie theater. Look at this.
Wow. So
and the inside is just amazing.
They said they were giants in those days.
Yeah, I don't want to say I believe they were giants. I know they were giants. A lot of people disagree, but that's cool. They'll say, well, the pictures could have shown. We talked about this for a little bit yesterday. I think you were here. People tell me that it's to show that they had higher rank than a normal so-called peasant, the pyramid scheme, like the giant people or the king, queen. Well, I believe all that. I think some of it is showing that. Right. And some pictures or drawings are showing that there was truly giants. They're 15 feet tall. People should look into the Patagonian tribe. I love that tribe. In South America, it's way down near Magellan Strait. And I think these giants would cross over to Antarctica, or it used to be called the land. Well, it used to be called something Australia's. I forgot the name in Latin. The English is the main language pretty much, but back in them days, Latin was the main language.
That's correct.
Oh wait, let me go back to this picture. I love this picture right here. That's the dome. This is the at the center of the Capitol. They got the lady. She got one hand up, one hand down, just like Baphomet. But she's standing on a dome too, this statue. But above her, you have a cymatic. Looks like a cymatic. It's an 8-pointed star. But it looks like it's literally creating a cymatic. I think that's what it's representing. The dome is pulling in at that frequency, whatever that cymatic. We're a cymatic, you know. We take shape in the womb, whatever frequency. We're taking shape in the womb, and a lot of people don't look at it that way. But how else do we take shape? You know, everything that grows is a certain frequency. It's taking shape.
And it looks like a balcony where they can walk around up there.
Yeah,
it's like a guardrail.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's the balcony.
Well, look at how large these doors are. You know, every Capitol building, they're over 16 feet tall. I think people were a lot taller than they admit to us. There's crazy stuff, like Grand Central Station. There's no blueprint. You don't find a building permit on Grand Central Station. More than half the buildings underneath the ground. It's sunk in the ground.
Hey, Flat Earth Nation. Oh, I can't do both. So if I'm showing pictures, I can't show the stream of. That's cool. I'm just trying to figure this out. I like this way more than StreamYard. George Washington was a huge Mason.
33rd.
I don't have,
He's a 33rd degree.
Yeah. I don't have nothing against Masons either. I used to when I was more ignorant, but then I come to the realization, I know a lot of good people that are in lodges, and their craft is carpentry or plumbing or electric. And they're good people with families. Now, there are evil, shitty people that are Masons, but I'm not gonna blame all of them.
I agree. You can't blame someone if they have belief in something. I believe in freedom of belief, freedom of speech, all of that, freedom of expression. And I also believe that we should have free thinking. Instead of like a hive mentality, you know?
That's the name of my other channel I have is Free Thinkers. Free thinking.
Oh, wow, I wasn't aware.
Yeah, I have another channel, backup.
Yes,
this. I'll go back to that. This is in the Capitol too. I mean, look at that. It's amazing. The pillars, man. They got curtains over the. Look at curtains over those windows. In my opinion, our taxes in Connecticut pay for this, and we should be able to go look at this. I don't even think they have tours to go inside of here. So I'm going to look into that because I really want to go in here and look at the dome. That's what I'm interested in, the dome.
Yeah.
And I would love to walk up to the building. I haven't got up and close except for the back of the Capitol where the park I'll call it a park, but it's really the Capitol's backyard. There used to be a river. It was connected to the Connecticut River because on Hartford it's like right on the Connecticut River. Man,
Yeah, it's amazing. A lot of symbolization. And it's even color coded, right? It's just like these corporate flags. Every state has 2 flags.
sorry about that. Every time I'm on my stream, people call me. It never fails.
Oh, that's no problem.
What were you saying? I heard a
You
little
have to
bit.
maintain your existence, you know, as well. I realize that. Every state has 2 flags. They have the corporate flag, which is over our states now, and they have the organic, the flag of the representation of the people. And every state within those flags, what was the things that those states were known for, like New Hampshire. Our flag right now is the corporate flag, and it shows iron sides with the sails fully extending outward. And it's just like the American flag isn't reversed, and it's being upheld on the flag as in dry dock. So I learned more and more what that meant. It meant that we were no longer in war. It has really went through a die state. And
What happened to Dominic?
there's 2 winds, like compared to the winds of war. And if the flag's flying the opposite direction in the sails, it's representing the top of the other one. There's many, and there's a representation being a president.
Hold on, everyone.
Power flows in the
People-
opposite direction in the people. Is what the symbols are everywhere.
I want to show this picture. I've shown so much architecture. In this right here. Well, it doesn't do too much justice, but I'm going to go out here and show people more of a level picture from the ground. But you can kind of see those dark brown lines. Can you see the lines in the grass?
Yes.
You know, you see those dark brown that will, well, they're forming pyramids. You can't see it from up here, but from the ground you'll see it, and they're forming pyramids, and those brown lines are giant. I think they're steel or copper. I don't know what to call them, but they're in the ground real good. They're these big, giant. I think they're steel or copper, like I said, and they're forming pyramids. And I wonder if, you know, because Hartford's on the ley line, and I wonder if they're generating energy right here. Because why else would you put giant steel or copper beams? They're probably steel or bronze or not bronze, but something. They couldn't be copper, maybe, but I doubt it. These things were really in the ground, and very interesting. I can't wait to go back here. I got so much more in Hartford to cover. So much more ground to cover. I haven't even gone to the West End yet. I've only been to some of the North End, and there's so much more. I have to go out near Blue Hills Ave. There's just so much to do in Hartford, so much architecture. And I forgot her name. Damn, I'm always on her channel watching her stuff.
That shows Long Island. Wow.
Michelle Gibson. She talks a lot about Long Island and how the first time I ever went deep sea fishing, we left from Groton, and Groton has a sub base for the military, a nuclear sub base, I think, or something like that. It's in Groton. So we left from Groton. We went out about 6-7 miles off the coast, and I seen a submarine, but you can only see the top. But it was black. It's hard to see, because
On the ocean.
it's weird when subs surface. Yeah, they only surface that little top part, so you could barely see it. But it was out there, and there's these little islands that are everywhere, and we're passing this island. You could see it. It's like the last big island at the end of Long Island. I wish I could zoom in, but I'm not on my laptop. And there's houses on there. There's about, I don't know, maybe between 5 and 10 houses. It's not a lot. You could tell it's a private island. But yeah, and there's lighthouses out there on these little islands. And from what I hear, lighthouses have something to do with these ley lines too. I don't think lighthouses were what they're telling us they are. I'm with Michelle Gibson on that. I think they're
You said, why is there so many around the Great Lakes? I remember that video.
Yeah.
More than our coast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a really good point.
What was I showing yesterday? That map I have. Now look at, you could see, is this the one? No, this is the one. With ley lines in it. What do we have? Dom. We could hear you, Dom.
I've heard rumors that the Catholic churches were all connected through ley lines because they could hear one another. And that the church would work like a microphone. And that
everything's unmuted here, Dom.
Around the world, that they could hear them in the Vatican.
I wonder why there's popping here. Let me see if I could fix this. I don't know. This one's different. Did you fix it, Dom?
Yeah, I did, Charles.
Nice. Look at this map, A to Z. These type of maps are pretty difficult to find with the ley lines on them. But
I believe that.
If you look at Long Island, you could see where these ley lines are all converging to one point. I wish I could zoom in. But yeah, it was interesting to go fishing. It was my first time ever. I got sick stomach wise because I've never been on a boat where the waters were kind of choppy that day, and it's up, down, up, and I'm like, oh, but it's worth it. You pay like, I think $80 or $100 to go out, and you're out there 9 hours, I think, and as many fish as you can catch. You take them home, they'll cut them up for you and everything. It's pretty fun. People were catching little sharks, but they threw them back. I think one guy kept the little baby shark. I would have thrown him back.
I know the Chinese defense. only.
What was that?
They'll cut the shark fins off the Chinese and throw the rest of the shark
Oh yeah,
back into
yeah.
the ocean.
I've seen the Asian people. No disrespect to them, but they were eating bugs, and I was bugged out. No, seriously, they were eating bugs and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because they're poor or what. There's probably high protein in these dang things, but I'm not eating them.
There's claims that you can't digest the bugs and bones. I know they want us to eat crickets and be happy, right?
I guess.
I don't think we were meant to.
I don't think we're meant to eat any animal or insect but I don't know. That's my opinion.
Probably not.
Hey Dom, the Red Sox. I just want to say the Sox were beating the Yankees and the Orioles, right? And then they play these last place Pirates, and they can't even beat them. But anyway, it's insane. They let go of Bueller. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he was number 0. He couldn't win a game, so.
So how do most diets come to be?
Let me pull up some of these newer maps.
Sorry, did you hear me, Charles? By any chance?
I heard you say something. I just couldn't. Now you're a little louder, so.
Okay. I asked, how do diets come to be? How do we eat what we eat now?
That's a good question. I'm not going to answer it because I don't know, but it is called a diet, right?
Yeah. Oh, but we could speculate. Like our parents condition us, the environment that we're in. What makes somebody a vegetarian opposed to a meat eater or a wild game? So if they're putting it out there that crickets are going to be one of the diets, the parents, the environment is going to condition them. Hence the term history repeats itself, especially if it's on exams. So most of us have a certain diet. Now, what ends up happening, people justify the diet. Well, I need to eat meat. Okay. I need to eat vegetables. Okay.
Do they need to, or do they want to? That's
the body needs it. We don't necessarily need it, but then that would be able for you to distinguish the difference.
Okay.
Most people are attached. They think they are those things, and yet they'll say, "I question things." Do you question? Are you the body? Well, not really. So then, why are you defending it or attacking it? So, but again, how do people become vegetarians or fruitarians?
That's a new one. Yeah. Fruitarian.
Yeah, there is a thing called fruitarians. Now, is there proteins in other kinds of animals? Yeah, but then again, because we're told. They give you a list of all the different letters. You have this protein in it or whatever, which is fine. But they're not questioning those things.
A lot of people don't question a lot of things.
Sure they don't. But they'll defend it, Charles. That's the fun part. But they'll defend it or they'll attack it.
And they don't realize they're defending it either.
That's more conditioning. People will more likely eat almost anything, especially if you go into a grocery store and say, "Oh, anything in a box or a can." How did that come to be? Now people will say, "I like it." I say, "Well, but is it healthy for you?"
The word health. Health. I just thought of that. Health. Oh shit. Do you hear that noise? That's the people upstairs moving all their shit around, as they do all the time. I think they sniff meth up there, and they just like move furniture for no reason.
Like think about a bigger population like India or China. If America or North America or Europe had the same size of population, then they would have to entertain all different types of things to eat.
So it's not a necessity, you're saying.
What's that again? Say
It's
that?
not a necessity what they're eating.
Not really. But then we should be able to question the stuff that we eat. Is it a necessity, and for who or what?
That's a good point.
It's always good to question oneself. Questioning others is a waste of energy. You know, why do I eat these foods? Now you might look at your parents and say, why do they eat it? Well, you would hope that they've questioned it. Son, we eat it because it just happens to be here. We got a farm. We can grow nuts. Oh, okay. And then you can ask another person in another part of the world, why do you eat cows? Well, it just happens to be in abundance and we have the land for it. There is no, yeah, I was going to say,
I'm sorry, go ahead, Don.
there is no right or wrong in all of that. It just is. It's usually when you pick a side. You know, I'm going to get off the fence. I'm going to no longer be the observer and say, okay, it's right. Okay, based on what? What is it based on? And then you have to start now using your program to justify that behavior. Think about humans. Humans, we have war. But you'll say, well, we're after peace. Well, the bullet in the back of the head is peace too. So, but then we're going to justify it. Well, we have all the people need work and all that. Okay, so killing a person is fueling it. Then we have to bring them into the morgue, and then actually you can justify anything. You know, well, we have what do we do with all these slaves? Well, a couple of them died, right? Well, feed them to the slaves. Now, for an outside person, they might say, well, that's gross. But how would you know? How would you know How would you know that McDonald's serves nothing but human remains? Then people try to justify, well, the government. No, the government doesn't give a shit about you. They give a shit about themselves. And most people, if they're honest with themselves, they only care about themselves. Just to entertain that whole ideal of eating bugs, eating dirt, eating whatever, roadkill. Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't that the 1% ruling class?
Only because we say so. And the problem is not even the 1%. It's the masses. Aimlessly following things without questioning things. So the problem is them, not the 1% that maybe figure, okay, now I have to maneuver all these people that I've actually inherited. That's a big responsibility. You know, you break a society, now you own them. Then you got to babysit them. And then you hope, at least among themselves, their parents can recondition the future generation. I'll send you to a schooling system. I'll get you to vote. I'll tell you what religion to pick. That's all conditioned. What's that?
Indoctrination.
Indoctrinate? Yep, you got it. You got it. It's all indoctrination. Is it a bad thing? It depends where you stand. If me and you, Herza, if we were actually born in a wealthy family, it's business as usual. Now, other people might turn around and say, well, that's wrong. Based on what? If I'm committing a crime and somebody among me that says, well, Don, you know this is wrong, I said, you're an idiot. What do you mean? You know we're committing a crime, right? Well, yeah. You also know we made the laws, right? Well, yeah. You also know that we condition people, right? Yeah. So what crime is really being made here? The masses are asleep, and it's going to stay that way. That's
not all of us.
No, we're the few. We can even arrogantly think that we're the few, but we still got to participate among them, do we not?
I think we need to learn to communicate effectively with one another that think alike minds.
Well,
I think we
can tap into the mind
to make real change for the many.
Well, me and you can go to some sort of cult and then try to explain to them, whether it's our loved ones or not, that they're in a cult. Best we could do is that they'll at least hear us. But it's still on them if they choose, if they want to apply it, do something about it, fight it, whatever. That's all we can do. We can share. The ones that are usually arguing or defending it, they're already in the cult. They just don't know it.
That's true. They put down a cult that David Koresh. You know.
David Koresh. That's my uncle. No, I'm joking. David Koresh, didn't he do that? No, that was someone different. I'm thinking of the guy on April 19th in Oklahoma, but that was, what was his name? That guy, oh man, the Unabomber?
Mhm. But even that, Charles, we could distinguish those leaders. We'll call them leaders. But what's the issue with all the people that follow them?
Mental issues, maybe.
Mental, emotional, condition,
Yeah.
whatever. So at that point, the problem isn't the one. The problem is the masses. And then they'll bitch and complain and say, well, our government, our leader. I said, no. You could turn around to your parents and said, okay, you've played along. And most of them will look at you like a deer in a headlight. I don't know what you're talking about. That's the conditioning. And for a lot of people, once they become aware, or in this case, they're presented to information, now they have to decide whether or not they're going to be consciously ignorant. I'm aware of this, but I think I can do something about it. I said, really? You're so ignorant. What do you mean? This system has been running for a long fucking time. And there's a lot of people that play, whether they're aware of it or not, to maintain it. You know, when people talk about governments, what government are we talking about? There's hundreds of them. When we're talking about religions, there's quite a few religions. Which one would we think is right, let alone which one is wrong? Unless you narrow it down, it's human.
They're all right. They could all be right.
They can all be all left if you want to get technical, but it's human behavior. When you're talking about religion, talk about human behavior. When you're talking about state, talk about human behavior. When you're talking about the Earth's surface, if it is or isn't round, globe, square, triangle, whatever, it's about human behavior. Once you realize human behavior, then and only then you can move on from it. Then you can start looking at the personas, the mask. But for what most people do is they want to share how they don't enjoy things, let alone how they like things. But how does that help the rest of us? Charles, if me and you were responsible for the masses, fuck, I would put a bullet in the back of my head. But I would still have to get somebody to make me the bullet, let alone the gun. That's the irony of it all. Unless I go to a stump and I stuck my head into it. But then again, for what purpose? If a person's truly being honest with the self, most people aren't honest with themselves. They think the only time they'll be honest when everything's perfect and everything's kumbaya. That's not being honest with yourself. You should be honest with yourself when you realize you are that piece of shit, when you're dishonest with you. Realize I participated in this system. Whether it's favorable or not, whether it's pretty or not. So if they're telling the people that they're going to be eating cricket, I could assure you some groups of people are going to be eating fucking crickets. Now, somebody outside my say, well, I don't like that. So that has nothing to do with you.
Look at this book I found. I can't zoom in, but this is from a book, a PDF file. Good morning, children.
Are you enjoying this new stream, Charles? Is it easy to work around?
Yeah. I'm also enjoying the price got cut in half.
Mm-hmm.
Because StreamYard's charging almost $50 a month for the lowest tier. So my first thing was, let me go find some other source of stream. And this is the first one I found, so I was testing it out. And then I tested out the prices, and I said, this is doable. And then I thought, well, what if StreamYard owns Restream, right? You know how they do. They'll own them all and act like it's competition with each other. That's business.
Well, stocks. Usually there's a lot of stockholders. So indirectly or directly, they're actually saying to streamline, how can you make us more profits? Well, we're going to charge our customers more. Yeah, but what happens if you lose customers? We'll just create another platform.
Yeah.
It's like eBay. eBay, I think, owns Kijiji. So a lot of these companies are
What's
intertwined together.
Kijiji?
Kijiji is
Never heard of it.
like marketplace or
Or
Craigslist,
whatnot? You ever
sell
heard of
stuff,
whatnot?
whatnot. I think I've heard of it. I don't know what they offer.
Well, I was on whatnot and I tested it out. I bought Jared Duran's rookie card from there, and they sell a lot of different stuff. It's like a Temu, but not like a Temu. Temu is just hold on. Let me fix that noise. I'm trying to find this thing I wanted to show, but it disappeared. I'm getting bad heart palpitations. Where'd it go? Well, that's not good. Oh, here it is. Let's check the chat. Let's see. We got Fools and Tools. We got Sophia Daisy May. Sophia says one can lead a horse to water, but cannot make the horse drink the water. He who has ears to hear will hear, eyes to see will see, and a spirit to be hungry enough will understand. I take accountability whenever I make mistakes, and it always starts with self. I get that 1,000%. But my thing is like, I already know what you're gonna say, but I want to see if I'm right. I mean, I can't control what Donald Trump and all those people do, the decisions they make. Like you said, Dom, the system's been here a long time, and before this system, there were other systems before it, probably ran by the same bloodlines and families. It just wasn't the United States Corporation. I even think the Constitution's on its way out, pretty much. They want dictatorship, which seems like it's already here.
That's been out in the 1800s, the Constitution. People are just running on fumes at this point, assuming that it's still into effect because people that are paid keep saying it. Again, most of these governments aren't fueled by the few. It's fueled by the masses that will work for money, for their living, whatever. So at that point, it's not a guy like Donald Trump or other government leaders that are running it. You know.
Aren't we under the Patriot Act?
What was that, A to Z?
Aren't we under the Patriot Act? When they passed the Patriot Act, they superseded the Constitution.
Well, they've already went to a corporation in late 1800s.
Yeah, corpse.
Yeah, corporations.
This whole system's dead.
Yeah, if you're a patriot, that means you're a citizen of that country. The Constitution was set up for the nobles, we the people, and our bloodlines. because the ruling government at the time, or in this country, the Empire, Britain, basically, which still rules the landmass in most of these countries, land masses, I call it for what it is. So when citizens talk about the Constitution, it has nothing to do with them.
When George Bush suspended the use of the Constitution, the Patriot Act replaced the rule of law for government.
For government, yep, but not for the elites, not for the monarchies. Again, this is information that they openly write, and the kids, in this case us, we grow up, we have to be first conditioned in the language. So unless some person is really going to understand legalese and understand the people that are speaking opposed to the ones that are hearing it, who does it truly serve? It doesn't serve the peasants or citizens. When you pay property tax, change the word, you're paying tribute. Then a person can understand what an allodial title is. Then you'll understand what a Freemason is. You're allowed to build freely on a piece of land that's already being ruled. They'll never say owners. They understand the hidden hand does not reveal itself. But the citizens of these countries, they're just foot soldiers. They're expendable. They're on the stock market. But again, you can only get tricked with the, what's it called, the straw man, if you actually think you're that body. If you think you're that vessel, the game applies to you. If you don't think it is, then you're playing a game with yourself then.
We're fictional characters. We're statistics.
How do you spell epiphany?
That's what we are. Under the law.
Hold on. Under the law, letter of the laws. What does that stand for? Humans only do policies. Letter of the laws. Light, air, water, and space. What is nature? Nature is wild and untamed. How do you actually put boundaries on it? With the letter of the laws. There's a reason why they say those words. But for most people, they'll think, well, the government's making laws. No, they're not. They're making policies. Governments don't have the ability to have laws.
And pass acts.
Yeah, tribute. That's called tribute in another way.
Okay.
You're paying tribute. So you're working for Federal Reserve money. You're giving your energy up for a piece of paper. And then you have to pay a percentage back to them. That's what that's all about. You can still barter if you want. Meaning you could exchange. I'll grow apples. You grow oranges. We can still barter. But most of us just don't, because I can't go to the grocery store and say, listen, I have a particular craft. Would you barter? No, I don't need that, Dom. Okay, so then I have to exchange something that whoever they create or make, and the rest of us reinforce it. You know, people do it all the time. They give themselves, well, I made 6 figures. 6 figures of what? Oh, I made $100,000. You made $100,000 or you earned $100,000? Fucking big difference. I want to understand language correctly. Well, I earned it. I said, okay, so you're not downstairs printing it. Because if you're printing it, then you actually have to set up the system. I got to pay the police officers. I got to pay the judges. I got to pay the CIA. I got to pay. That's the game that most people are in. They might be able to see a glimpse of 1 or 2 of the angles, but they're not going to see the whole picture.
The people don't own the money. It's the central bank that we call the Federal Reserve. It's not the government.
That's right. Well, it's still humans, but yes, it's another categorization of it. And even that, they just, I don't think they don't print enough of it. They just print enough to give the illusion that it's circulating. And then, of course, whether it's European currency, the Russian ruble, the yen, they're all.
What about? I even think that debt is an illusion, just so they can have, take the tax money and stuff from us. They had to create that illusion that we're in debt. How is the printer of money in debt? It doesn't even make sense.
But you're also in debt, Charles, thinking that you need the food. That's indebted. Your body needs it. It's always fun when I hear somebody say, Dom, I'm 50 years old. I said, you're 50 years old? Your vessel's 50 years old. You're not 50 years old. Because then that would open up the question. So then who's running right now as I'm speaking with you right now?
Come on.
I don't know. And at that point, go ahead, Charles.
No. I'm trying to take that off.
Currency is a method of control.
Anchoring, yep. It anchors us here. And for a lot of people, they're anchored. They'll do anything to defend that. They'll work for military for that piece of paper. They'll work in a hospital knowing that, wait a second here. Cancer cells, I wonder how they got activated. I better go back to sleep. I'm a doctor, I'm a surgeon. I'm making all kinds of money from this or earning it. That's how it anchors us. But then they bitch and complain to governments. I said, no, you're the problem. If we're going to play this, there's a problem solution. Every fucking human that works for fiat currency is the problem. Unless you just take it for what it is. It's just a game then. Then there's no problem, there's no solution. But when people start complaining, you better make sure you fucking point at yourself and say, I'm the one that actually goes to the government. I'm the one that goes to the grocery store. I'm the one that drives the fucking car. I'm the one that goes to the gas station. So guess who's the problem? Me. And most people aren't ready to have that revolution from within inside and say, holy fuck, I've been full of shit the whole time. Yes, you have. Welcome to the club. And that's a few club. But then they want to have a villain. Okay, let's blame the elite. Let's blame Illuminati. Let's blame what government. Let's blame religion. That's a child talking at that point. Use your imagination, which is fine. We could talk about the unknown, but the known is what most people are complaining about. Okay, so how did it come to be? It's like, Charles, no offense, but when we show pictures here, who gave us all those pictures? And
I don't know. I ask myself that every day. I look at them.
But it would be easier to say, well, who gave me the ability to be able to perceive this stuff? Again, that's sigils. You know, somebody gives you a picture supposedly of a high view of looking down on Earth. You know anybody that's actually done that? No. So we take it for granted.
It's computer generated.
Okay, but who gave the computer? Who gives that technology?
I don't know.
I don't. I'm honest enough. I don't know. That's why I say I can't defend or attack something I don't know. I can ponder it. I can speculate. I can make myself look like an idiot. It's usually the guy that said, I have the answer. Time out. Let me go get some popcorn because this is going to be fucking hilarious. What? You're a doctor? Oh, you're a scientist? Oh, fuck, you got 1 degree. Fuck, you're full of shit. You just don't know it yet. Now, the ones that do know, how would they explain it to us then?
I never take any of that personal, Dom. You could say whatever you know.
Oh, I know you don't take it personal because you're accountable for yourself. Usually people that make it personal because they hear somebody else just because they're projecting. They've never truly investigated themselves, or they're a fucking know-it-all, which is fine. But I don't know who created the sun and the moon.
I don't know shit, truthfully.
Well, that's probably the best position to be. At that point, you can speculate all you want. It's usually the ones
to
that
be honest, I like looking at these pictures. Just
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool pictures.
I wonder if some of these are even real.
Well, that would open the question if were any of them real. Again, those are pictures. You know, it'd be like looking at the Eiffel Tower. Okay, who gave us the ability to create the Eiffel Tower? It's a speculation at that point. Now, somebody can narrow it down. I know somebody that actually made cement or made the steel and all that. Well, who gave the human race the ability to make steel? Again, we're talking from the water, the frog in the water, and we're not realizing it. It's always changing. Like, who gave us Wi-Fi? We're using it, but who gave it to us? Do you know any human that can say, listen, Dom, I can tell you exactly how Wi-Fi was made, opposed to how you use it?
Shit, I think
they discovered Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I don't think they made it. It's always been here. The ether is the Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
The original Wi-Fi is the ether. It's still there.
Mm-hmm. And that could imply that it was always here, or there's something going in the background that we never see. Maybe the senses are, I'm speculating when I say this, the senses are so limited that we can't see the unknown. And even when people say, well, Dom, I'm only stuck in the known. I said, well, then let's question the known. How does fiat currency come to be? Who manages it? Who runs it?
Dom, you ever seen that? I think it's a TV show, and it's about, I forgot the name of it. It's a newer one, but they live in these silos. I think that's the name of it, Silo?
Silo, yeah, Silo, yeah.
And you seen the last episode? Like you said, they're behind the scenes. Nobody in them silos knew that there was a whole entity outside these silos. It was an experiment. And they thought, that's an awesome show. And I think that's how it is here, man. There's the whole entities outside all this. We could just be an experiment in here.
We could be. And there could be layers. That's why when they talk about governments, the elite, they're talking about middle management. They're not talking about upper tiers of the pyramid, let alone what's fucking separated from the pyramid. It's like when you play chess. You're seeing all the pieces on the board. the king, the queen, the bishop, the rook, and all that. You might even see the checkerboard, but where's the hidden hand? Now, somebody might try and say, but I'm the one that's moving. I said, but who's giving you thoughts? Again, that's an introspection, and then you realize, holy fuck, who's the observer of the self? And I'm only sharing this because there is probably people that are interested in doing that, where the masses, no, it's too late for them. Maybe next fucking reboot if they even value that stuff. They're done already. You know, let them continue. Don't argue with them. Don't try to educate them. You want to share shit out loud? That's fine. You know, we don't need any more books. If anything else right now, we should be burning books because it's already done its damage to most people. Anything that's written, be suspicious. Especially how you read it. Be very suspicious. When you read it, be even more fucking suspicious.
Question everything.
But then again, you should question everything. Question thoughts. Don't question others. Question thoughts. Okay, so why is that person using that word? And then if you question it enough, then also maybe some people, they'll become aware. Then there's the essence to things. It would be unfair for us to say, listen, you know, here's a little kid at the edge of the waterway there, at the beach there, and we're in a rush to help him build the sandcastle. No, let him build the sandcastle. Just make sure that the tide's not going to come in and kill him. And that's most humans. Just give them a little bit. Now, if they think they know whatever, yeah, go ahead. I'll entertain myself. Okay, so you think science has proved everything? Isn't that what religion did? Isn't that what the flat earth and the globe earth's all about? It's about, hey, I'm going to give you half full, half empty. Let's see which one you pick. That's the distraction. They're not actually, well, why would they tell me that? Well, why can't I talk about the table? Why can't I talk about the glass? People don't want to have those kind of whys. Because why is a philosophy question? That's wisdom. That's teachable. But most people are programmable. Well, in America, okay, who taught you to be that you're an American? I'm a Catholic. Who taught you that you're a Catholic? See, all the I am, those are personas. I'm none of those things, but I get to play those things. And the people will defend that. Oh, Don, but I'm a father. Okay, what makes you a father? Well, because I created a child. No, you didn't. You reproduced a fucking child. You don't have the ability to fucking create sperm and egg. Your body does. I'm the kind of person to say, no, you stay in your fucking lane. I play the fool by talking out loud. Because I realize people are going to attack. What are you attacking? Are you attacking or defending? Are you projecting? Which one are we doing now? Are you going to say you're a demon or an angel? Are you going to say you're a fucking God or a Lord? Which one are we going to play with? Those are all personas. But then I have no answers. Ah, there you go. You've been conditioned to think there's a question and an answer. Okay. That should be done from within. You know, I get it when people want to have a revolution externally, but where's that revolution internally? When you've truly challenged yourself, kicked yourself around, fucking drive that bus over top of you. And then once you've driven over yourself enough time, patch it up and do it again. Rinse and repeat. Then and only then we can start bitching and complaining about other people. We can speculate. Oh, I think the elites are running everything. I wonder how. That's too much question, Don. Let's go back to the simple thing. Let me throw eggs behind the window, behind a door. Oh, okay, so that's that childlike, that little puppy that's scared. I don't agree with Donald Trump. Do you even know how the fucking those things come to be? Especially when you realize there's many strings attached to him. Let the dead bury the dead, the old saying goes. But people might say, well, that's kind of cruel. Most people don't give a shit about us.
I don't know. People care more about money than human life. That's for sure.
True, because they've been conditioned. But then again, do they even care about themselves? You know, they're not telling somebody, I'll give you $1 million if you, let's say, harm another human being. I'll give you $10 billion if you harm yourself. You'll see how quickly somebody will harm themselves if they're being honest and they realize the value of money has taken a hold of them. And it's not just them. It's not like as though I could say, okay, well, me and you guys, we're no longer going to play with money. We still got to circulate with other people.
We forgot how to barter.
Well, the elites do. And there's people that still do barter. But overall, no, because then a lot of us would have to say, okay, do I give up this technology that I have in exchange to go back with nature?
That's true.
Most people will, they won't go back to nature. They just won't. We have way too many comforts. That's where our suffering comes from, and our attachments to our comforts and our desires. You know, it's nice when I hear somebody, oh yeah, Dom, I think I'm going to go to nature. Are you going to give up your truck too? Well, no. I said, so you're going to bring civilization with you. Okay, so you're a vegetarian on a Tuesday. So you brag about being a vegetarian all week, but only on a Tuesday. Get the fuck out of here. That person's full of shit. He just doesn't know it yet. And you know the kind of person it is because they'll talk a lot. Like me, I know I'm full of shit. But I'm not promoting that the government should do something for me. I'm the kind of like the fly on the wall. Interesting. If I was in the government, would I be doing the same thing? Fuck, with my creative mind, fuck, I'd be fucking it even more.
The scary part is they're all related. Donald Trump's related to them all. Every president that we've had.
They did say it in the Constitution. We the people, the nobles, and our prosperity, our bloodline. That was never designed for the citizens or the peasants of that country. Never. And any party that turns around and says, oh yeah, but Dom, it's like when I hear an American, no offense to Americans, because in Canada we have British military everywhere, we just don't see them. In America, when they talk about, oh, I'm in the military and I'm protecting my country, not when you're in somebody else's fucking country. You're full of shit.
That's a good point.
Now then, fucking right it is. Now, the question is, are you defending your country? Because if you're not, which they're not, then what are you doing in another country? You're helping a corporation. But those are the kind of guys that get trained as who will kill you. So then what? Then what? You just reveal yourself. You're a fucking dummy. You just don't know it yet. And I'm just doing that to see if they're going to be disturbed emotionally, because that tells me right then and there they're not Christ consciousness then. They're not developed emotionally. But then they're the kind of guy, well, I'm not emotional. Fucking right, you're emotional. Well, why would you be defending your country without even putting two and two together? Logically, I'm in Iraq and I'm defending my country. How the fuck am I defending my country? You know, dare not understand what martial law is. You can't have your own citizens do martial law on your own people. So that means the American soldiers would have to leave the country. You would have to have Russians come to America. Don't worry about Canada, because Canada already has a foreign nation over here that's called the British fucking military. But then America turned around and said, but wait a second here, Canada's so weak. No. That landmass that you're sitting in America, that belongs to the British Empire. Same with China, same with India. They just get their own people to fucking man it for them. So it really has nothing to do with the government. It's kind of like Robin Hood. Robin Hood stole from the tax collector. He didn't steal from the elite. But if you steal from the tax collector, then the tax collector has to go to the elite and say, listen, we didn't collect all the money. We'll double it then. So there's a good chance Robin Hood was actually playing on the same fucking team. Anytime somebody says they don't rent, I say, yes, you do. What do you mean? Every time you pay property taxes, you're paying tribute. And guess who collects it? The government. Who receives it? These big corporations called the elite. It would make the Down Joe look like a fucking child. This is why when people start understanding what allodial titles mean, it means you don't have to pay tribute to the monarchy, but you're going to have to pay membership fees. And that can be very expensive. That's why when you become a 32nd, 33 or degree Mason and onwards, then you start paying heavy dues. That's why anytime you go into any major city in America, I don't care, America, Canada, Europe, or whatever, you see all these high-rises. There's a surety that most of those buildings are owned by members of the club, and the land's being ruled by monarchies. But hey, we can continue doing the indoctrination, thinking that government...
Sorry, I had to use the bathroom.
No problem. Did you dump some good stuff? Detox?
Yeah, I shedded a few demons.
But I hope you inhale some.
Huh. What's up, Lucid? Lucid said nationalism mindset outside of breath control, not caring for the living being, more for money.
Well spoken, Lucid. Well done. Yep.
Sophia says, I wonder about that. Are the Masons really in control of all this? I think it's an entity bigger than that.
I'm with you on that, Charles. It goes back to who created
The
Wi-Fi.
Masons are like a boys' club.
Yeah,
Isn't
it's a club.
it the Trilateral Commission above the Illuminati?
What was that?
The Trilateral Commission.
Oh, a trilateral commission. It was a little choppy when you were speaking. That's why.
I was always told that the Trilateral Commission was told presidents and rulers of other countries what to do and how to do it.
Yeah, a lot of that. I was going to say a lot of that information is public information. So they tell us what they think we need to hear, what we need to hear, let alone what we feel to hear. So again, those are just levels, and those are levels of distractions. Dare not talk to one of them, and then they turn around and say, no, there's levels above us. Again, people want to answer.
Some people say BlackRock owns almost the entire world.
Well, they own a lot of corporations. Sorry, Charles, but they don't own the world. That's not that. Nobody can possess that. The elites understand that. They rule. You know, it's usually when you condition people to think I can own. What do you own? You don't even own your body. You can steward it. So BlackRock is one of their pinnacles of where the corporations merge. But people want
BlackRock Ave is right here across the street from me. It's BlackRock Ave, and what do you know? One of the biggest owned for the East Coast is Tilcon Tommaso, and he is with him and the Manafort brothers are big Masonic companies here, and I hear a lot of mafia stuff, rumors going around, but I wanted to show you this A to Z. This is in the Great Lakes, and they said they built this, I think it was the late 1700s, early 1800s, but how did they do that with no technology? Look, and this is the blueprint to it. I don't know what it's for, but it goes down under the water all the way to the bottom, and then underground all the way to the shore. So I don't know what this is, but yeah. Anyway,
it's very interesting. So it's like a conduit that goes all the way down into the ground.
Yeah, ever since I seen that movie Silo, it was so interesting in how the peasants live way at the bottom of the silo, and all the good people have the best shit way at the top, and the technology only, of course, it's like how it is out here in reality, and they had all the good technology. What would they call them? Relics. You weren't allowed to have no relics, no books, and man, that one guy that worked way at the bottom figured a way that he thought he found a way out. And when he got to that door, that voice told him, don't tell anyone about this door. And they ended up sending a hitman for him. But yeah, the people that lived there didn't even know there was something bigger than the people that were running the fucking show. But the people running the show, most of them didn't even know that there was something bigger. So that says a lot. It was a good series. And when it ended, I was mad because it was getting good. But I wonder if they're going to make more series. Was it a movie or a TV show?
It's a TV show, but it never ends. Yeah. Well, no, I don't know. Maybe it might continue, but it never ends because we're in it. So that TV series is like a village. You condition, after you condition a couple of generations, they forget. And then this is why you should
Yeah.
question traditions, because if you don't, either you're going to follow it aimlessly, which a lot of people do, or it just dies. So in that example, they would have tiers, and even among them, they didn't even reveal. It's like even some of the Walking Dead, for example. They threw in little episodes in there, a little glimpse that there is something else going beyond it. But most people just live in their small little communities thinking that we're gang against each other. No, there's outside tiers that are keeping you in track. This is kind of like the Truman story. The Truman, there was one individual that was trying to question where they're at. And then they had programmers, and then they had people that were in the program laughing at them. Well, the programmers were trying to keep them in bay. And in the end of Truman's story, they gave him a different program to follow. That was the whole metaphor of going up a staircase and then going behind another hologram. But the rest of the people, they're still asleep here. Most people here don't realize how Wi-Fi came to be. They're not even
This
interested in
is the silo,
speculating.
Dom, I think. This realm we're in, this is our silo, and there's probably
be.
hundreds of other ones.
Well, those silos, okay, let's break down those silos. One would be Russia, another one would be America, another one would be Canada, and then they would have subdirectories within them. We'll call those ones Catholics in that particular silo, and Americans. These ones will make them Russian Orthodox. And then we'll give them different currency to play with. We'll even give them different suits to play with. And then you realize, oh, that's the divide and conquer. See, most people, and Lucid kind of said it, most people are stuck in nationalism, where they're already talking about globalism. They've been talking about that for a long time. The whole thing with the internet, where right now, eventually you could be banned and you can no longer communicate with another person in another country. You know, the 15-minute cities, easy to develop. You just have to make sure,
Well,
okay, well, go ahead.
The biggest computer is us self. We're the real internet.
Mm-hmm. And this could be all for the positive, guys. It's just that, like most people, they get comfortable in where they're at because they're no longer aware there's other things. But meanwhile, a lot of people, whether they know it or not, you allowed Wi-Fi, cell phones. It didn't take long for the human race to most people having cell phones. But then when there's an extremity, such as what happened in 2019 to 2021, you had people being disturbed, but what did people really do? They just pick sides. I'm a vaxxer, I'm a non-vaxxer. I'm a mask wearer, I'm not a mask wearer. That's all they do. Give them the flat earth or give them the globe and let them just go at it back and forth. Let them yip yap
They
back
must
and
laugh
forth.
at us so hard, man. It must be entertainment to them. They'll be like, let's do this and let's watch them fucking choke each other out
Maybe,
and pick
maybe.
sides.
Yeah, world of stage. And the gods, let's say the gods, imagine me and you, Charles, say, listen,
Right.
first of all, somebody says, well, we should help them. Well, first of all, you're an idiot for saying that. Oh, maybe we should punish them even more. You're an idiot for saying that. Why? They're doing quite well on their own. The whole thing about YouTube, it's showing how there's strife among people. They're their own agent to themselves. Now, I'm being the fool by talking this way, but I'm okay with that. Where most people, they're not okay with it. That's why they don't talk that way. And the ones that basically try to denounce other people, they just don't give a shit about anybody, including themselves. As much as people say shit like, well, Dom, I don't care. I said, really? You don't care? Then why are you making fun of somebody else? That would
That's
mean
their
that
feelings getting in the way when they say, I don't care. They're angry and mad.
they could be angry.
So
Now, is that a selfish anger? Is it an injustice anger? Is it a self-righteousness anger? That they have to. That's why when people stop drinking,
it's a
they have to.
it's
Go
a
ahead.
defense mechanism. My fault, Don. I
No,
didn't
it
mean to
could be a
interrupt.
defense. It could be a defense mechanism. But what are they defending? Are they defending because they grew up in a family and they saw a lot of anger or they felt a lot of anger? So now they start drinking, or people that smoke marijuana, most of them are fucking just escaping. You know, they might tap into the unknown. I said, but they'll play with you there. Why? Because you didn't work to get here. You just fucking rolled up a joint and you start smoking. What are you doing next? Fucking meth and ayahuasca? Which is fine. But be prepared for your reward, not consequences, reward. You put your hands on the stove, you'll get a reward. The rest of us, we can say, thank you. I appreciate you putting your hands on the stove. Why? Wisdom comes from observation. I know what not to do, but I did need you to do that just to validate something. So the people that want to experience things, fill your boots. I do it in my own ways. I just don't feel as though it has to be for public display. But again, that's usually people that are self-absorbed. People just don't realize the extent of being self-absorbed. It's all about me. The fucking government's don't do nothing for me. That disproves you're self-absorbed. Why would anybody that's well off, inherited from wealth from his family, give a shit about the peasants? Do humans give a shit about the ant kingdom? There's some, but do most of them do? No, they don't give a shit about them.
No.
Everything else, they're a nuisance. So therefore, then humans would be a nuisance to them. But they got to pay people
What's
to
up,
listen.
True Zone?
Yeah. But they
Yes,
got to pay people,
question.
Charles, to entertain people. Okay, so Donald Trump, Berlusconi, the Chancellor of Germany, the Russian dictator, he could be a dictator, but let's call him for whatever it is. They get paid to entertain the masses, and they get scripts handed to them. The ones that are really good at it will pay you a little bit more. It's like WWE. Macho Man against Hulk Hogan, the clone version now. But I get people will get upset, Charles. And I'm the kind of person who says, okay, tell me when you're done. Why? Because we got other things we can do. We can laugh about it. We can cry about it. What emotion do you want to use today? You know, the doing that needs to be done for most people is that inner work. And then maybe if it needs to be manifested out in the physical, fine. But right now, what I get is whoever's running this realm, whatever you want to call it, they're doing their job. And a lot of people that are raising kids are helping that system. And I'm just sharing about being honest with oneself. I'm not talking about if I agree or disagree with the system.
So are you implying there's intelligence outside of human beings in control of this planet?
Could there be other things beyond that, A to Z? I would have to speculate, yes, because the sun and the moon humans didn't create. The clouds the humans didn't create. The clouds and the mountains they didn't create. They can manipulate it. Human beings don't have the ability to really create fucking the cars. And even that, then I have to question the words that we use to describe those fucking things. So at that point, I would have to speculate. There's something beyond my senses. That's pure speculation. That's where philosophy comes in. Can I prove it? No. Because if I did, how the fuck would I explain it to the rest of you?
Well, when they
Besides using...
They landed on the moon, it rang like a bell.
So they tell us. Do you know anybody personally that actually went to the moon and heard that bell?
I've actually talked with Brian Glenn before.
Okay. It's no different the story of Jesus. You know anybody that wrote those things about Jesus that's alive? No. Do we know anybody that's trustworthy enough that said, Dom, my forefathers knew the guy that wrote about a guy named Jesus? No. So therefore the moon is the same fucking story. It's speculation at that point.
Flavius Josephus is my great uncle.
He's your great uncle?
Flavius, he had the flavor. Flavius Josephus. I said his name wrong at first.
It could be man-made, the moon.
Could be. I'm with you. It could be. Again, that's the perhaps, the maybe.
Link? I don't remember where the link is to this.
Then we have clearer pictures of people's cell phones that take pictures of the moon that our own government don't even show the detail that our phone can take.
You're a little choppy, A to Z. I don't know why it's doing that. It's like when you talk, it's like, you hear that, Dom, or is it me?
I am. It sounds like he's a little bit, you're A to Z, you sound like you're a little bit far away, or there's like something on front of your mic.
Maybe he's in New Hampshire, right? You said maybe you're in the mountains. That's why.
I don't know.
Maybe it could be the signal too. It's all right. We could still hear you. It's just a little choppy. It's all right. Let me see.
It's like the black satellite. They're reported on that.
Is that up here? Huh. where this link was at. I'll find it. Let me just go through all these. No. Nope. Nope.
I posted it for you, Charles.
All right. Thank you.
Again, it's great to entertain ideals, belief system. That's what ideals really are. But to think I'm going to, me or let alone when I hear other people have an answer, I'll hear them. But then the next question for me is, how does it serve? How does it serve whether we did or didn't go to the moon? That's the question that I would pose, not just if we went to the moon, whether we did or didn't, because I didn't personally. And then once you start following, the trace of money, then you realize what most people, why they did it, whether they did or didn't. I'm an astronaut. I get paid a whole bunch of money. I'm a guy that's a technician. I got paid a whole bunch of money. I'm the guy that made steel for the moon, not the moon. My apologies. For the rocket ship. Again, it's all about earning a buck off of it and your comforts. Again, whether or not they did or didn't go up, man, that could be swampland as far as I'm concerned.
They had a good phone back then too, because he was talking to the moon
for sure
with a landline.
For sure.
Shit.
Either A, that technology doesn't exist, or it does exist, but the masses aren't presented to it. So again, that's more speculation on my part. I can't confirm it. But it's the ones that, hey, I got 100,000 people that follow my Flat Earth channel. I said, fucking the Muslims and the Catholics have 1 billion. Could they all be misled? For sure. And good luck trying to convince them otherwise. That's wasted energy at that point. You try to tell a whole bunch of Christians or Muslims that Mecca, I would tell a Muslim, I said, you pray to Mecca, but do you remember at one time they used to pray to Petra or the Vatican, like Peter's the cornerstone. For what purpose?
What's good, bro?
What's up, True Song?
I want to. What's the name of this? This is called LIVESTREAM. I'm about to download this, bro. You said this is $19.
Yeah.
I'm about to download this, man.
It's way better, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's shit.
It has all the same options too as StreamYard, and to me, it's way better. You could do more if you didn't pay, but for $19 a month, man, it's worth it.
And you can put
$50 a month.
For sure. And you can put the stream. You can put the link in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds shit. Paying $19 a month show better sound better. It sound better than paying $50 a month, bro. My bill, my shit about to end too.
Yeah, I thought someone hacked my shit. I got up this morning, I went to put the stream, and everything was gone. It was back to normal. I'm like, damn, no email, nothing, no warning, just up. Your contract's up. You're done. It stole all my shit, wiped it out. So I was like, huh. But it turned to be a blessing because I found Restream.
It's called Restream. Yeah. I'm about to when I get over here, I'm gonna look it up. On the App Store, download this. What's up with everybody? Who all up this motherfucker? Who Dom and Ant? What's up? Who's Ant? Who the hell is Ant?
That's A to Z.
Oh, what's good with
you? He lives in Vermont, I think, or New Hampshire. I always get him confused. He's a what happened? Why is this thing freezing up on me, man? Maybe it's me.
Yo. Yeah, this is basically the same thing as motherfucking on StreamYard.
And then
So somebody say no country has ever had a legit constitution or federation. Yeah, I agree with that. So the Jew world order has been around for eons. Yeah. Yeah, you motherfuckers they've been rich forever. You've been poor forever, they've been rich forever. Your ass been poor forever, they've been rich forever.
It's 16 a month. My fault.
16 a month. Yeah, I can rock with that, man. That sounds better than paying $50 a motherfucker, man. God damn.
Yeah, it just booted me out. StreamYard used to do that too until you pay for it. It keeps doing shit like that. It'll boot you out. So yeah, 16 a month. I'm good with that. Thank you, Restream.
That's the restream, man. Yeah, I seen that you reviewed Knowledge Uprising's song yesterday. I caught like
Yeah, I
the
took
back
it
end.
down though.
Huh?
I don't want him to think I'm trying to like eat off of his craft and stuff, but I posted it on my page though. But yeah,
Nah, he don't know.
that song is tough, man. And you know, True Stone, I've been waiting for a long time. I knew it was a matter of time, man, that it was gonna happen. Somebody was going to, because bro, just be not just him, but other people are just poking the bear, man.
Right.
And, yeah, it was a matter of time.
That's
I've been
how
waiting to see who was going to be the first to go at bro.
yeah, but niggas been dropping videos about Brother Sanchez, all these other cats, even that nigga Bobby Knight. The reason because I think he name dropped my name in one of them songs. He said something about me in a good way in one of them songs. So you know, I fuck with Knowledge Uprising. I fuck with them HOTC niggas too. Not all of them.
Yeah,
Most of them I do fuck with. You know, Mind's Eye, Quentin Emerson, Knowledge, Dojo, Nikki, Chrissy. I don't think Chrissy's not a part of HOTC. A lot of them niggas I fuck with from over there though. Yeah. So I'm saying, like with me, bro,
I'm
I'm
looking
not.
for a new
I
name.
don't know how to write lyrics. I mean, I used to be a rapper, but me, bro, I'm just gonna make a video about you. I ain't gonna make no song about you. I'm just gonna make a video about you and laugh at you.
That song was
Them niggas make songs about each
fire.
other. Yeah, they make songs about each other. I ain't gonna make no song. I'm gonna make I'll make a video about you and step on you. Not you, bro. Not you personally, bro. I'm saying anybody that got a problem with me, man. You just know you say something about Truth Zone. If I feel like you sneak dissing me, I feel like you doing any of the above, I'm gonna step on you. I'm the
I'm
wrong
looking
guy
for
you
a
want to troll.
new rap name myself.
Man, listen, I'm the wrong nigga to troll, man. I'm the wrong nigga you want to talk about. I troll. Because when I do it to you, man, it's gonna be bad. Same thing with Knowledge, man. He one of them, bro. He one of them. You nigga, he gonna make you look bad. Just like even that nigga Bobby Knight. Cause we niggas covering different cloths.
Yeah, I'm changing my name from Chuck the God because I was thinking about it. I forgot all about Charlemagne the God and all these other. I'm like, damn. I never had a steady name anyway. When it comes to me rhyming, I never had. I'll just say Chuck, my name. I never created a rhyming name. That's crazy, right? All these years I've been rhyming and writing. I never created a name.
It's gonna be Chuck the God. That's what's up.
No, I want to change it from that. It was just a name I came up with in the meantime. Too many people have that, like, especially when I remembered Charlemagne, I'm like, oh man, I gotta change my name. I don't like that dude, Charlemagne the God, and it's too close to his name. Excuse me.
Yeah, he a weirdo. So, that dude Charlemagne the God, weird as shit, bro. He got caught doing all type of weird, freaky shit.
It's too controversial too, that name, like but that's not the main reason why I want to change it. I want to have a name that no one has, one, and something that's gonna fit me better. I want something that no one has. I don't want my name to look like anyone else's, period. What the fuck, man? Why does this keep happening, man? No, this is getting a little out of line, Restream. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, what happened? What the fuck, man? You mean to tell me it booted everyone out? Where is everyone? You gotta be kidding me, man. And I don't even see the chat neither. Here it is. What happened, man? Everyone got booted out, or is it just me? Obviously, everyone did. That was a stupid fucking question. I was about to say, man. I thought it cut the whole live off. These are the pictures I was talking about, A to Z. Where there was some sort of world. And these are the projects I've talked about. All these buildings, there's about 100 of them, all got leveled. Oh wait, no, this is Court. I thought this was Pinnacle Heights. But anyway, they leveled the whole project because that's what they does. and put some private factory there. Well, there goes my live stream. It was getting good. Let me delete all this shit. Well, and I sent the link back down. It's not even showing up. I guess I gotta. Who's 5-speed? Anyone know who 5-speed is? It's probably Lucid.
What's up? I've been here before, Charles. It's 5-speed.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out how to get my avatar up here. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm not using StreamYard no more.
Yeah, see.
They cut my contract. They don't even send me an email or nothing to let me know. So it's time to be vindictive.
I mean, the way I see it, we're funding all this corruption by paying for all this shit anyway. So
yeah, they want to charge $50 a month. Restream's only $16 a month, and it has the same options and more. And it's easier to use. And well, a streaming platform's a streaming platform. There you go.
yeah, it's not the right one, but it'll do. Yeah, I haven't been up, chopped it up with you in a while.
How's everything going in life? Good?
Yeah. I mean, I ain't in a cage. But I see things a little different. I believe they've been monitoring us our whole lives.
Yep.
I was playing around with the acronyms and looking at a lot of what these things, where they're used, what industry, the businesses, the governments, and we've all been monitored. We've been sold out by our own people. Here in Kentucky, people can go look it up if they want to. You know, a lot of people talk about their belief and their faith out here on these panels and whatnot. It probably behoove them to go look up Georgetown University and Wikipedia and what it represents. Because I believe it is biblical, if you want to call it that, or whatever. And there's been a lot of people throwing rocks and hiding them faithful hands, we'll say.
I was looking into Tennessee because the original Memphis allegedly is from Egypt, but I think the real Egypt is here in the United States. Yeah. And
I agree.
And if you said Jesus walked on water, well, Tennessee, right?
Mm-hmm.
He walked in Tennessee, walking on water because the sea in Tennessee. Right. I don't know. Just something I was thinking about looking at the names.
I see where you're going with it. Now let's look at it in a different context. Walking on water, right? If you're in a court of equity and you're supposed to be operating in good faith, and that's what moves us all forward, would that paperwork also entail whether somebody was walking on good faith or was they walking on a lie?
Man, why is my thing gone? There we go. I want my picture back. No. Let me see. All right, there we go. And that number 13 that they use, it's in everything. You got 12 jurors and a judge. You have the 12 zodiacs. And then I don't know where the 13 would come in with the 12 zodiacs, but isn't there originally in the old calendar 13 zodiacs? Just like the old school calendar, the new year
I
was
think
in March
originally, wasn't it 28
or
days
April.
and 13 months?
Yeah, something like that. Well, 28. Yeah, wait. 28 times 13 is, I don't know. I can't do it off the top of my head. Peace, that which
What are you
is
trying to do?
28 times 13, 28 times 10, obviously is 280. And then you would add in another 56 days. It's 28 and 28.
364.
Okay. Yeah. And then there's a leap year. All right. Lunar count. Yeah.
So
See, that's
I'm glad you
another
brought
thing
that up
too.
too, because I think the year I was born in '68, supposedly, that was a leap year that year, I believe.
Peace and knowledge
Of course.
uprising.
Of course, that's been many moons ago.
That saying many moons ago. And in the matriarch days, the moon, right, is the cycle of the woman, and it's also the cycle of the earth, Mother Earth.
Right. Well, you were talking that 13. M is the 13th letter of the alphabet.
Yep.
That would be the one manning that post. But what's interesting, when you go to a township meeting anywhere in America, they negotiate from what they call the Manning table. In the minutes of the meeting, which is the record, the minutes of the meeting is just that, Mom. Now, the dads have forgotten their role because the acronym for dad is to decide, announce, and defend. So also digital art device. And who controlled those thoughts your whole life? I think the Twin Towers is a representation of the Father and the Son. It's biblical. They're just hiding it all.
The two pillars?
Yeah, I believe the trade towers was a representation biblically of the Father and the Son of that house that is the business operating in good faith towards forward progress.
What? Well, what? Oh, man, I remember hearing about the day before 9/11, right? It was something that had to do with the United States and the Soviet Union or Russia or whatever. I don't know what label it was in, where the money was going to be backed by gold again. And then, boom, that happened and ruined it all. All the paperwork was gone. And
Wasn't
then
there supposedly 22 trillion missing or something when the towers fell, or what? Was it that number, or was it 22?
The pentagram, I mean the Pentagon, that one area where the information was stored, gone.
That was the war room.
Yeah. They just
was that an exact number, Chuck? Was 22 billion or 22 trillion, was that the number that they called out then? 22?
I don't know. I could look it up to see. They probably changed it by now.
Because I think numerology, there's a lot of things that play a factor in all of this, I think. But,
Yeah,
you know,
I've
they
been
all
getting
know what I think.
to that calculator, gematria, because the numerology plays a factor too.
Mm-hmm. Well, that 22, that's why I asked, was that the number 22 trillion? Because 22 in those numerologies, that's master builder. What are we building? Are we building truth or are we building on lies?
Well,
Everybody.
they took the truth and altered it, so they're building it on lies. Yeah.
Right. So, see, I think this is why people don't care too much for me in my community, because I call you out. You know what I'm telling you? I tell you, if you're feeding your family with a job from corporate America that is not doing the right thing behind humanity and our children's futures, you're feeding them on a false prophecy. You will get what you deserve.
Yeah, because the corporation's tax money is going to murder
Right. Now,
children,
see,
women.
in 2019 is when I stood up, Charles, and I put a document into the court system, you know, challenging their jurisdiction. It's ironic that I put that document in after I realized, and this is the big deal with me, when I realized, because I was a business guy. I had a flooring business in Bucks County, Pennsylvania since 02, right after the towers went down. I went from Kentucky to there. But they shut down the small business guys. They did that for a reason. They already had corporate America. Hey, if you
They're
guys don't
still
show up
doing it
today and you
now.
don't do what you do, we're gonna fire you. Well, they couldn't do that to
All the
people
mom
like
and pop
us.
shops.
Right. So
All
they
the
couldn't
mom
do
and
that
pop
to
shops are
they couldn't do
gone,
that to
man.
the mom and pops. So what did they have to do? They had to speed up the snare on the snowvid, right?
You were off a little bit. I looked it up. It's saying the loss of 2.3 trillion. So it's still
2.3.
well, that's what it's saying. I don't know, true.
Yeah, for some reason I think it was much more than 2 point anything. I think it was much higher
I'm not,
than that.
let's go to Wikipedia.
But I you know, it's been a long time ago. We could be wrong.
Let's see. You ever see the picture of the Twin Towers when the sun's gleaming through it and there's absolutely nothing in the building? You know, I always think it's funny how they didn't find a knob to a door, a desk, nothing, but they found his fucking they found his
Yeah.
passport. Come on.
Yeah.
What a
Yeah.
joke. And people believe that shit.
Well, see here, Chuck, this is what it is. Remember, I was saying just a minute ago, I've come to the realization that we've all been monitored our whole lives. So within that monitoring, they know
Yeah,
exactly
let's
what
talk about that. That's a good
they
topic.
know
Go ahead,
exactly
Marco.
about what Russ and Chuck is talking about right now, because they're listening to everything. They see everything. They hear everything. Because how safe would a world be if you didn't pay attention to the people that are in it? How safe could it be? So it would make sense that, well, I'm going to leave now, and Chuck, I left Chuck in charge of all of his little brothers and sisters. Let's see if he throws a fucking party when we leave here. You think these people ain't smart?
No, hell no.
That's
They're
what
very
Sears was
intelligent.
all about. In 2020, when they shut us down, that's when Sears headquarters
Yeah, I remember
kind of
Sears.
dried up, right?
Mhm.
Because they were
I
the
remember.
Sears of it all. Sears.
I used to go there. There used to be a Sears across the street from the mall here.
Hmm. But if you look at SMART in an acronym, anybody that might run across this, look up the word SMART in all acronyms. And do a little digging there, and I think you'll probably change your mind on your journeys. AACS, it's an automated and it's all controlled by them. They got control of the children from the word go, and we all have been
Look,
asleep and allowed them to do this.
you said children, but everyone else says kids, which are baby goats or sheep.
Right. Yeah.
Then we
Well,
say
think
you,
about it. In
but
all of
what's
these
a ewe?
wars,
A female sheep. A ewe.
yeah.
EWE.
Well, here in the United States, obviously, you is defined as someone that owes a debt to the United States.
We got an echo. Someone's
me
still on
or-
YouTube. I don't know. MMC.
Yeah, I am not.
Who's this?
I don't know MMC. But he ain't, he's there. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything on it.
I kicked them out. They didn't want to answer me. Oh well, I'm not playing games. No disrespect to them.
But what it boils down to, you know, Andy Bashir and them guys, the governor here in the state of Kentucky, I've put them all on notice, and I don't give a shit. And I don't care if people out here don't get it or not. But what I've come across in my situation, there ain't a son of a bitch here in public service that outranks me in this state. Come get you some. Come get you some. Bring your Bible, bring your Quran. You better bring it all with you because you're going to need it. And if you ain't intelligent and intellectual enough to comprehend and protect children's futures within your actions of your service, you don't belong in leadership, cupcake. Step the fuck down.
They all committed treason already. Every last
They're
president.
all, and that's, you know, I was reading on Kentucky yesterday. They changed up a couple things in the state constitution in 1992. Ironically, that's the year that I went into business. And all of this other shit in 87 is kind of ironic as well, because son of a bitch, that's the year I so-called graduated indoctrination station.
I was only 6 years old in 86.
Yeah. But Kentucky controls the judiciary of the United States, whether folks want to believe that or not. And the governor controls every aspect of that state. And there was a woman governor in 83 to 87. That's when I was in high school. And she was the only one that wasn't married to supersede her husband, the governor, who is the top dog in the state. Andy Bashir, you and Coleman, you guys, you know you're going down for treason, boys, or are you girls? I'm coming for you.
You know, Michael.
I'm coming for you because I am the top motherfucking dog here in Kentucky. And I am manning that fucking post. You understand me, Bashir? You understand?
Do you think
So.
those are real people jumping out the windows there, or was it CGI?
Where?
Because I know the planes didn't exist.
When that went down? Or?
Yeah, I
probably, because here's another interesting fact. Women in animation. The acronym for that is WIA. They say they went into business in 96. Well, there was a Workforce Investment Act when I was in high school. When everybody was out on summer break, I worked the summer, a job through the schools, and we got paid minimum wages. So basically what we did was went in and cleaned the bottom of the desk and basically prepare the school and get it ready to open for the next school year. And we worked there all summer. That was called the JTPA program, Job Training Placement something, JTPA program. That was part of the Workforce Investment Act, which is also WIA. And it was also part of the Wireless Infrastructure Act, which is also WIA. So for all the Christians and the religious folk, I believe this is about that man and a woman.
Mm.
And these motherfuckers don't know whether they're men or women. Who's leading the fucking pack here?
The blind. Michael.
Well, I just so happen to
and
be from
Obama.
Kentucky. And
Obama's a woman.
And my father, and my father, it's quite possible. But my father was a Manning and my mother was a Combs. Now that's Manning and Combs. So what's the two microphones? The one in New York and the one in Tennessee. They both carry the name Combs. Where's that fucking Manning at, manning that post? He's right here, cocksucker. Bashir, you better get your little faggot ass down here. This has all been a joke, and I don't find it to be a joke that all these, hell with all the adults, man. Hell, Charles, you're a big boy, just like all these other people out here. I think about these children, what these children are going through, what they're thinking about to see all of this shit.
Yeah.
That nobody seems to be too worried about the children.
Mm.
Wonder why. Wonder why.
Look at the school system.
So who's got full control of those children in the military?
Right. They got children fighting their wars.
Now, my father died. He was in World War II, and then he was also part of the presidency project in 61. There's a Rockland County, New York, 10952, which was my father's service number under that presidency project. Probably for all of it. I don't know. But that area in New York is the only place in the United States that doesn't have a church. But they do have a Judas Inn right there in Hamlet. We've all been lied to, folks. Your own people sold you out. You better bring that Quran, the Bible, all of it with you. All you public servants, it's time to pony up.
Man, it won't let me erase this. Anyway, if anyone wants to come up, just let me know and I'll drop the link. The problem is people don't want to leave their comfortability. And I get it, but these people aren't just going to go away. Their bloodlines.
Mr. Mission says he's a retired flooring specialist. That's cool. I did hardwood flooring from about 2003 or 4 till 2020 when they shut me down.
So you remember the good times for the most part before 9/11 when America was somewhat booming. There was factories, jobs, and then after 9/11, and they put the Patriot Act 1 week after 9/11. So you could tell this is planned way ahead of time. A week didn't even pass, and they put the Patriot Act, which is the war on the people.
They've been planning this a long time, Charles. what I was getting ready to say a minute ago when I saw his comment about being a flooring specialist. My father died in 74, which means my mother is not my mother. It's possible she is, but I think it might be her sister's. Her sister might be my mother, but it's possible. But here's the kicker. In 74, my father died. He was murdered. And I told you he was in World War II, and he was also part of the presidency project, but I think he was much bigger than that because he died in 74. So that means I didn't carry my father's last name on that birth certificate. It has my mother's last name there. Wonder why. But he was killed in 74. So before that, the judges were all under the governor. In 75, after his death when I was 6, that got changed. Why? Bashir, get your little faggot ass down here. They know. They know. We've all been lied to. That's why I don't come out here much anymore. There's not much to talk about. You see what I mean? And then that's in 76, 75, 76 is
Let's go
when
to
the
war.
courts all went to the district level. You see what I'm saying? Now, why did they do all of that?
Because they were setting
Because
everything
they were
up.
hiding those wills.
That's a good point, 5-Speed, that you brought up about.
Yeah,
They've been
because they're
watching
hiding
us.
all of our heritage and our wealth.
They've been watching us for a long time. Just like in that movie, Truman Show, or the True Man.
Yeah, that's it.
Or in Silo,
Well, here,
the movie or show Silo. They were watching people through mirrors and
yeah,
just.
yeah, I didn't see either one of them, but I've had a lot of people reference that, especially the Truman Show.
Yeah.
And that about these wills, and like my father. Another one is the Gossip Girl. That was about a girl that hid a will.
What about the birth certificates? Do you think that they're making? Do you think our social security number, if you add 3 zeros, it becomes a bank account, and they're banking off of our fucking birth certificate?
They are, but I don't think it's yeah, obviously all this shit's corrupted. But here's the big thing I would ask, because you seem to be a God-fearing man. Now, and be honest with you, that's the only thing I fear. And so if we're faith-based people and we believe that there's this higher creation, why are we standing here accepting all of this? Accepting that our children's, when we fall behind, that they could just change the game on our children once we're gone and steal that wealth from them and put them in poverty?
Where in Genesis does it? I gotta find it. I'm gonna look at Genesis. I want to find the part where it says we're supposed to protect Mother Earth, and yet, if these people should have been like, I don't think, in my opinion, why do people ask? I don't know. I think we're supposed to clean up this mess. That's basically what I'm trying to say.
We are. Let me grab a cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
All right. I'll be looking for this in Genesis. I forgot where that quote is. One of my other favorite quotes is from Psalms 19:1. I was born on the 19th in 81, but yeah, Psalms 19:1, the Creator's firmament. But ever since I've watched Silo, think we're in the genetic silo. I think there's a bunch of silos like this place. And there's definitely evidence of petrified giant trees and all this stuff everywhere. I think there was a giant nuclear war of some sort. The flood? I don't know. A flood or a nuclear? I think it is a nuclear war. All right, Genesis. I don't know why I'm using this Bible too. It's the
So
large print.
basically, I see it as is they've had us fooled for many decades now, and they're actually teaching all of us, as all of our children at a young age, they're all teaching us all how to act. They're all part of it. If you're in it, think about this. Think about this, Charles. If you were, say, a leader, let's just say a chief of police, would you hire as a good faith man, standing on your word in good faith and protecting your family and your children's futures? Would you hire a bunch of ignorant fucks like this?
Definitely not.
Why
People are
are we
under heavy
standing by and
hypnosis.
allow? That's the thing that gets me the most is listen,
They know no
I'm not a
better.
religious,
5
right?
speed.
I'm not a,
They don't know no
I'm
better.
right. I'm not a religious person, but I have a hard time with all these Christians, how they can't see that this ain't right from a moral consciousness.
They do. They don't want to do nothing about it because that means if we stood up, we're gonna lose. People have to start growing their own food again. They're just lazy. They don't want to.
Right. Well, think about this now. Remember what I said in 2020? They already had most folks under corporate America, right? That time clock. The only ones they didn't have like that was the real sons of bitches. So they helped them. They're comfortably numb. They get a check every month or every week because they go to that slave job, right? Or they get that welfare check, a benny, a handout, hush money. Keep your fucking mouth shut. Right?
Hush money.
Well, that's what it all is.
And it ain't a
'Cause
lot
wait
either.
a minute.
And it's not a
To
lot.
all the Christians, if you were praising that God's name that they're all praising, it seems like that's where the fucking the profits would come from, the good that you do. Why the fuck do these people have so much motherfucking money and they don't do shit good? Be careful, they might lock you up and put you in a rubber room. Think about this shit. Two wrongs never made one thing right.
True.
I just keep holding on. I just hoping one day I'll turn this computer on, Charles, and there'll be a bunch of people signing up for whatever mission we're all about to accomplish.
Shoot.
Because I do believe this is, what do they say? It's God, family, and country. It's not country, family, and God, people. It's the other way around. So if you got some money and some finances and doing good right now, you might want to check yourself. You might want to check yourself. That paper, man. You could say anything on that paper. But now in that religious world that they all speak of, it says your word is your bond. So that word better articulated those thoughts on that piece of paper that you signed for those fucking prophets. They're all going down. The land in the Midwest, all of the Midwest, nowhere else in the world can you grow enough crop to feed everybody in the world except right here in the Midwest, my old Kentucky home. So it would make sense as a father and a mother, they would protect that land, wouldn't they? What's this god they're all fucking worshiping? Dollar?
Mm. Well, I don't know. People, it's all up to them. And the school system has done a number on people. So has these churches too.
You know what I say about that? And you're right, Charles. You are 100% right. But ultimately, I just want everybody to know this because I've took account for it. I've taken responsibility for my ignorance in what I've allowed 57 years of my life, thinking that I knew something that I didn't fucking know. I just, man, I better just keep my mouth shut. I don't want to push it. These people twist words around, and I gotta do what I think is right. But we're to blame. Anybody over 30 years old, 30, if we didn't know this and we sitting there talking about how we're faithful people and how we have this faith in this higher creation, and we've ignored all of that and holler we have some kind of faith in a higher creation. Damn. Seems like he didn't, that creation didn't send you here.
Ow. Fuck.
Prepared.
Hey, 5-speed. I got a question. What's a holler? You know, like down south, they say I live in a holler.
A holler. Well, you got valleys, and you know, a holler is down in a holler between two valleys or two hills.
Fuck. Ooh, that hurt. So a holler is a road between two valleys. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Land. But you know, here's something else interesting. That's all in eastern Kentucky where that sheriff shot that judge. And I think those good books, they talk about eastern stars, don't they? They also talk about fallen stars, don't they?
Yeah. Hey, the 5-speed mission asked if you could follow these links.
Which links?
Hold on. Let me see. He said, I was just looking at the chat to see if I missed anyone, and he says, Charles, tell him to follow my links. So that would be, is it gematrix.org? I hope you're still in here, Mission. Oh, yeah, these links. YouTube, there's his channel link, Mr. Mission Control.
Is it? Oh, I must be way behind on that chat. Is that the
it's at 11:35.
Copilot Microsoft is the one he's talking about?
No, it's at 11:35. It'll say on the if you look at the time.
11:35. I'm at 10:20, 11:26. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm going in on
it's
my
I
phone.
say
I'll try to get it.
it's right after the one where I said, "Do you make beats?" and then Mission Controls right after that link.
Wow, that's crazy. I don't see it on my end.
Even what the heck? How do I get out of this now? Oh, even what were you on YouTube, or are you looking through here? The stream, restream.
Actually, I think I got it on my phone. He did. He posted something 31 minutes ago.
Let me see if I could copy the link.
Subscribe.
Oh.
I just subscribed to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I just hit him up. He posted something. He's got 247 subs now.
Wow. People can support Restream by buying me a coffee. That's awesome. They got all this crazy stuff over here I'm looking at. Then they got microphones for 99 bucks. I don't need a microphone. I think I do good this way.
What's this one right here? What's my microphone sound like?
Good.
Is it good and clear?
Clear. Yeah,
It's one of them HyperX's.
no pop. Yeah, no
Little,
popping sounds or interference. It's a good mic.
Solo cast or something.
I like these old radiators, these old metal ones. They work pretty damn good. But
Man, I used to hate to have
lot
to
of
scrape
people are
out from underneath of
frustrated.
them.
I used to hate having. That was when I first started doing HVAC a little bit, like to learn. I don't have no license in HVAC, but I learned the basics. I had to use wire brushes and clean out the furnaces in the basement. That sucked. But a lot of people are frustrated 5-speed, you know. A lot of people are tired of these treasonous fucks, and it just sucks. People like us that try to speak out and open people's eyes, they're gonna come for us at some point, and I'm just waiting.
Man, I've thought about that, Charles. I think one of the key things though is the balance. See, they need you to be all over the place. They need you to question yourself. They need you to do a lot of things. And when you're calm, cool, and collective, you're not imbalanced. They become imbalanced, which ultimately shows they're a loose cannon and they shouldn't be there.
No. Damn, I can't erase this. That's weird. And don't let me erase comments. I wanna I think the big thing that would help is, if people started creating their own free energy and stopped paying these electric bills, and then everyone start gardening again and learning botany and learning plants and learning Mother Earth and learning all this stuff, because it seems in this realm things come around full circle all the time. And as long as they control the power and the water and the food, we're fucked. And who wants to eat their garbage, poisonous food anyway? All their chemical food,
Yep. I would
all their
say
deodorants
probably,
with aluminum and all that shit that gives us cancer.
our best bet is come together with one another in our communities. That's what they've
I've been
divided.
trying.
That's
I've been
what they've
trying for a
divided.
long time.
There's an acronym AACS. It stands for Automated Access Control System. That abbreviation AACS stands for just that, Automated Access Control System, and it is mostly used in the following categories: monitoring, security, government, technology, and business. Are they flipping the tables on your asses because you don't know anything about those religious books? Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Now think about that. It's used in monitoring, security. Well, you would monitor the whole United States if you were trying to keep all the kids safe. And then you would use that monitoring for that security purpose to keep them safe within that government. But it seems that you use mind control with your technology in your business practices, turning that benefit system into a scheme. Y'all probably gonna hang. Sorry, not sorry.
Most people don't even know that we're the ones funding their wars. When we go and buy food, when you pay taxes on the cars and the land and all this shit, it's funding their wars. Israel, for the most part, Israel, I think, is the people that are the Israel government has the politicians by the balls, because from what I hear, they got videotapes that show some very, very sick shit. And they blackmailing a lot of these fucking people,
Well,
you
not
know,
only that,
because they be like,
not
you don't
only
do
the
what we tell
blackmail.
you.
Yeah. It's not only that way. We got to look. We all know what the epidemic is in the drug scene, right? With all the opioids and the
Yeah,
addictions.
it's terrible.
Okay. So, not only what you're talking about, they also, most of these leaders in these messed up states, they're all addicted to the opioids and everything as well. So they're even much easier to control, right?
Mm, that's crazy. And they're too weak minded. I've
Hmm.
been there. I've
Yep.
been there with
Well,
addiction. I was,
here's the crazy thing. It's a dying trade, but not a lot of men nowadays have that fight in them, that never give up, never surrender.
that warrior spirit.
Because it's their kids they're fighting for, so they won't stop. They're not fighting from their ego. They're not fighting for a piece of ass. They're fighting so their kids have a future.
Well, I think the chemicals they put in the foods too play a big part into. I think they put a lot of pharmaceutical drugs in the foods too. So
Mm.
it's about the psychological warfare and the warrior spirit. They put a lot of we have testosterone, but woman has I forgot what it's called. Someone help me out. Estrogen. Estrogen. They
Yeah.
put a lot of estrogen in foods too, and then when the male eats that, it just throws them off balance. That's why a lot of men act like bitches nowadays. They have their warrior spirit, their flame has been doused.
Yeah, I think they throw us off balance too with that whole change in the calendars around and the cycles, not nature, and this whole time zones and all of that shit. You know, it makes you wonder about that old. Remember, what was his name? Jimmy Baker and Tammy Faye Baker. That was a big old scandal back then with them.
I need some estrogen.
Yeah.
I like that.
Could you bring some Maxis too? Extra absorbency.
Isn't it wild? I live in Connecticut, so I have an accent to other people. It's different. I drive an hour to New York City, they sound different. If I drive north to Boston, they sound different. The country has so many accents. It's awesome though. I like people to be unique in themselves. That's way better than being a hive mind and locked in some cult of lies and I don't know. They want everyone to be the same. That's what they want. They want to take people's creativity and uniqueness away. We were created to be unique and different. Like
that's actually what we're supposed to be looking for in our children and in our offspring, right? So if this was all based in good faith and we actually cared about each other, obviously we want our kids to be successful. So we would set them up, want them to follow along in the family business. And the family business is to maintain those good works and that integrity and honor. These people have failed. And the way I see it is, buddy, if you got money out here and you think you're doing good, you might want to look at that money, especially if you say you believe. I'm not sure that comes from that same prophecy. So good luck. Good luck.
how do you say your name? Boji 2.2 says, I have a few questions. If that is possible on the panel, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, fire away. Or unless you want to come up. I think the link is still down there. Let me rephrase that. No, don't fire away. We don't want no bullets coming this way. But no, seriously, yeah. You could ask any question. Sorry for the noise. I should mute up. I'm trying to find this charger.
Yeah, I'll give him a second, see if he comes up. I'm gonna run and hit me a cigarette real quick, and I'll be right back.
All right. Why isn't it? Oh, okay. I'm still trying to learn how to use this, everyone. There we go. So how do people like the restream so far? Because I'm going to be using this instead. If it's about the Bible and stuff, I don't know how to say your name. Boji 2.2. I think 5-speed can answer it because I know some of the Bible, but I'm not a master of the scriptures. Yeah, I need to get or I want. I don't need. I want. I have a Xbox 360, the original one. I'm gonna get a controller and the plugs for the back. I wonder where I could get that cheap. I gotta find someone that's throwing them out, and I'll take them. And I need a PS2 controller. I would love to just pull the games out I haven't played, these old ass games. That would be fun. Dun, 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 dun. Who remembers Pee Wee Herman, y'all? I remember the day I heard he was doing in the movie theater. That's fucked up. He was. Someone was here. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell people. If you're gonna come up, oh here he is. You got to probably adjust the settings because it's not StreamYard, but.
I got you. Hey, what's up, brother? How are you?
What was that? You borged out a little bit. Good. How are you doing?
Good. I only have a question about your topic, especially when you say that a lot of feminine energy is going around. If the understanding is you are, I feel like none of the people
Yeah.
consume, like for example, beef, right? Nobody consume a bull. For example, for the chicken, nobody consume rooster. Everybody consume, you know what I mean, a female but not male. What do you think about that understanding, bro?
Hmm. So you're saying most of the meat people consume are females,
Yeah,
female animals?
Yeah,
yeah.
What
most of
They
them
about
don't
when
sell
they
hens.
no bull
inject?
meat. They don't sell no rooster meat.
That's true. I haven't seen it. I also
You know,
wonder what they're injecting into these animals too. A lot of estrogen,
right.
maybe, no, into the meat.
Well, there was some
You know,
talk about that.
in Oakland, California, they already have yeah, they could take a single cell of chicken and they could make the whole entire meat of chicken without the stress. What do you think about that?
What? Oh, grow it in the lab, right? The lab meat. That's
Yes,
terrible
sir. So
shit.
pretty much, yeah, they take out the a single cell of a chicken and then grow the whole entire meat out of that.
Who's MMC? They came up earlier, man. They didn't answer me, so I booted them out. I just saying that to the
Yeah, I
chat
don't know.
because I've had crazy
Mm.
people come up porn bound me, but whatever. What was the question again? I'm sorry about that.
No, no, no. As I said, in right here in Oakland, California, they have a
Oh,
lab
the
that they
lab
could take.
grown meat. Yeah,
Yeah, the lab grown, yeah, chicken. What do you guys think about that? For them
it's
to take
terrible.
out, if you are what you eat and you consume and distress yourself to say, so that none of us consume any male product except, you know what I mean, everything female. What do you think about that?
Um, I've kind of known that a little bit. Uh, I don't know. I think America is terrible. All the I'm gonna say all the food. Like even if you wash it with vinegar and water, that doesn't stop the fact the plant is sucking the pesticides up the roots. It's inside the fruit too. But the food here is terrible. Terrible. If you go to other countries, like 90% of the food they sell here is banned. And if the
But
like
the-
Europe,
but
the
but the but the
Doritos
crazy
they
part
sell
about it, my
here,
brother, is on the water.
Detergent too.
Like
the
for example,
fluoride.
right? We wash our food with chlorine, and the next thing you know, if you really put the food coloring on the with your vegetable, it stick everything to your vegetable.
Yeah. That shit got me thinking, man. We're fucking doomed here in America. If
It
people can't
stick
come together
I
and
don't
everything.
do
think
You
something
so.
you
about it,
put it into food coloring. It stick
Here's
everything
what
into your vegetable, bro. I don't even know how people wash it.
I think for
People,
the most, this is just my opinion.
Right.
I believe for the most part, people are good people. They've had roadblocks thrown in front of them that it's been hard to remain to hold on to that faith because of all of this crazy shit. But I think once it comes down to it and that faith kicks in, it's going to be a much better place in the world. once we all figure out that we can work together and we don't need these manipulators turning Russell and Chuck and B2 against one another with all of these things that don't matter about nothing. They're just opinions.
I mean, I guess not a lot of us
Like
now.
it's
No,
like they got the daycare and the boardroom in the same room. You know what I mean? It's that's the way I see it. It's like they got the daycare and the boardroom, and actually the kids in the daycare are running the boardroom. It just makes no fucking sense to me whatsoever. All these public officials taking their hand to that supreme being that a lot of people say they have faith in. And then we sit right and watch them do the very opposite of what they should do. And everybody just takes that hush money. You'll lose your job if you say something. You won't get that welfare check if you open that mouth up. Who's going to feed you if these people figure out that we need them to work, or none of us are going to eat? Eat that dollar bill. I'm sure it's got all kinds of protein.
And I guess, my brother, they just need to understand the concept of the broom. You know, at the bottom of the broom, single of that thread at the bottom, even it's weak, it can never clean nothing. But when it's all together, it doesn't matter how weak, tall, long, short, skinny. It doesn't matter. As long that it's all together, you could clean your backyard months, years. You know what I mean? Just that it's all together. But I guess here in we never celebrate United States, but we celebrate independence. Be by yourself. What do you think about?
Your child, as a teenager, can go out and get in a fight with another teenager, and they will beat this guy down, and they will throw him in a cage and everything else. And is that how we teach? And how did these guys get into these positions that they actually get to beat your kids down, and we all agree with it and just accept it? There's nothing we can do.
I don't say that.
Really? Me
That's
either. But
nonsense.
I can't. I can't. If I see somebody doing something to somebody, you better hope they get you before I do. That's the only thing I can say.
There's
Especially
nothing
if
independent
it's a child or
anymore.
when.
I'll answer your question in a minute, P2.
Yeah, you guys have a
Independence.
you guys have a wonderful day, though, bro. I appreciate you guys, though, bro. You guys have that's a great topic. Salute to you guys.
They called it freedom for a reason. Because we must be dumb if we think we're free. That's my favorite. Hey, Dean. Well, it's good that 5-speed, man, is one warrior that I know. I would, if something began, I would definitely want to have 5-speed on my side, because I know
Sophie said,
he's a warrior.
great point. Why isn't the military just in America protecting? Why isn't the military? Because they got invested interests all over the world. I mean, we have to trade with other parts of the world. I mean, it's just it. But the point that I think everybody kind of leaves out of the equation is that trade has to be fair and compassionate and caring. It can't be theft. It can't be, cheating, because you're no different than anybody else. So I thought America was supposed to stand separately from that and was supposed to be that beacon, that light on the hill. Hey, if you want to be free, follow us. We'll protect you. Well, what did Reagan say? Reagan said they'll never get us coming across the borders. The only way they can take America down is from the inside. and it's your own damn
Yeah,
families as well as
it's already
mine.
happening. It's already happening from the inside.
Yes,
The
it is.
Trojan horse. The Trojan horse. If you want to come up, Dean, you're more than welcome. Always. Beck said she can't use Restream. Well, that's what I'm gonna be using for now on, because StreamYard canceled my subscription all of a sudden out of nowhere. They didn't send me no email to let me know. I think it's because I was paying a lower amount from that New Year's thing, but it's a blessing because StreamYard could kick rocks. I like Restream, and it's way cheaper. It's a perfect price for me when I balance my dead presidents out, my corrupt corpse money that has no value. It's just a piece of paper with a dead guy that probably never existed on it.
Here's something everybody can check out. George Washington, Napoleon, Holmeses, Thomas Jefferson, Mannings.
What the? No, I don't want it like this.
Theory.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to here we go. I'll do it this way. There we go. Just for now. Oh wait, no, I could do it this way.
Yeah, well, grab me a quick cup of coffee real quick while you're messing with that.
Or should I do it this way? That's better. I'm gonna read this book, man. This book looks pretty good. Yeah, I want to know what people think about this. Man, no, I had it set up better last. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the pictures like that. I don't like this setup. Oh my God. Either way, man. It's the pictures. Let's get rid of them. Boop. Boop. All praise is due to Allah and Jesus Christ. No, I'm lying. All praise is due to my mother and father who gave me life. Jesus Christ. My favorite is that, I've said this before, my favorite is the footprints in the sand. It's sort of like the cup of water quote. I need a chiropractor. I want someone to, you know how they pull your head and the spine goes click, click, click? That's what I need, man. Or, you know what else works too? If you grab a bar, you know, you do pull-ups. If it's high enough and you just hang there and relax your back muscles, your spine will go pop, 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 like like popcorn. Dean says, being reasonable about this, hidden underground is everything and more of what's on the surface. If you're an elite creep living on the pig's back, would these cunts give it all? I would come up. Oh. Let me drop the link for you. What's up, Puma? I forgot how to get the link. Oh, it's here. That's right.
That's true. That's true, Sophia. But the powers that be, that was their ultimate goal, was to destroy those strong fathers and to destroy their characters and put them out of business so they didn't have the finances to spread their voice. I believe this is biblical. And I do believe that those twin towers was a representation of the Father and the
I
Son.
don't think you believe. I think you know.
Exactly. I correct myself from time to time because it is. Listen, I'll be 57 years
And
old
I
in
say that
November.
respectfully. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be 57 in November. Just so happens the 5th day of November. But I went into business in 1992. I have always worked for myself. And, buddy, I've helped friends. I've helped all of my family. But when I stood up in 2019 and had enough, you know, all of those people, immediate family, friends, community, and lineage family, they all went against me. Where were they at when I was down? Nowhere. Where was I at when all them was down? I was building them the fuck up. But this ain't a coincidence. This is mind control. Mind control to Major Tom.
MK Ultra.
Yeah, that was going on long before the Cold War. What makes people think that it ended?
No, they were practicing it, and that's, I think, the world more or less, because it took, my ancestors are from Germany. They came here in 1890, and in the 1890s, I meant to say, and I look at Germany before the war over there, before they bombed and annihilated every single city in Germany, all the technology. That's what the world wanted, was Germans' technology. They wanted the MK Ultra. So the US said, if you surrender they told, these scientists, you surrender, you can come to America and practice. And they've been running these
And they give them
experiments
a
on us.
job at the
Yeah.
DOD,
Yep. Isn't that sick?
the Department of
Like you
Defense.
said, it's from the
Well,
inside
that's
out, man.
that's the corporate, right? That's the corporate side of things. Remember, they were talking a long time ago. I think it was the Act of 1871. They changed one word in the Constitution of the United States, and that was the word "for" to the word "of." And by doing so, they turned that benefit system, a good faith benefit system, the Constitution, which is a contracted, outmixed benefit system, Combs, and they flipped those tables. And it became a corporate constitution for corporate America from that point on.
Well,
And your families are responsible for this just as well as mine is. It's mental health. And now here's another interesting fact. My mother, that's supposed to be my mother, was 22 years old at the time. Now, how smart could she have been in business or to invest or anything, especially if her old man just died? Would they take advantage of that young lady? Because they changed the court setup. My father was killed in 74, 75. They done changed all of that shit. And then they did it again in 92 in Kentucky's Constitution. Or I'm sorry, before that. It was before 92, I think. In one of those changes was so that governor can get him another 4-year term. None of this is right. It was written correctly, But the men and women in their mental state didn't follow that. So they paid the men, they stole from the men, and all of this wanted to control what? The house. And
Am
they
I
did a
here?
pretty
And
good job
can
of
you
it.
hear me, Chick?
What was that?
Yeah, we
Uh,
hear you.
okay, okay. No, I was just wondering
Loud
how
and
much.
clear.
Well, how are you? I suppose it's late evening for everyone, but it's 4 in the morning here. Well, actually, 4:41. About the normal time for me to wake up.
Yeah.
Um,
You hold
you
on. You
know,
can
I
hey
think,
Dean, you could fix your screen by
yeah.
if you go to the chat, right? You press the one that looks like, you could see it looks like the third one from the left, the third button. You see where all them button things, you got the
Yeah,
one for
yeah.
painting.
I got it. Yeah, at the bottom, I got the
Where do you,
mic, and then I got a
where you,
down, and then I got the cam, and then I got another down, and then I got 3 dots.
um not the square, not the first one where the square is, not the person, right?
Yeah, I got
But
it.
the
It's
next
got
one.
menu. It's got menu, right?
Yeah. So you look at the bottom where you type the message for the chat.
Yeah.
Right next to where you type, hit that thing, and you'll see the YouTube symbol when you hit it.
Okay.
And then you could choose. So when you type, your name will come up. Isn't that how you get your the avatar there too? How did you do it, 5 speed? I forgot.
You had to turn
I think that.
you had to turn his camera off.
Oh
If
yeah,
it's
that's right.
on.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so
And,
next
and
next to your mic there, the camera, just turn your
oh
camera off,
yeah,
and then the icon should come up.
yeah. That's I didn't
I
even
have
think of
got my camera off. I got my
See,
camera
there's
off,
my
but excuse me, I got my camera off, but there's no icon coming up.
that. Look
you
at
know
my
what?
picture.
Maybe he doesn't have one on this. If it's his first time on here, I had to put my icon. I had to go through my computer and put one up there.
Damn,
Okay.
what happened to my picture, man? Look at my picture, guys. What the fuck?
Yeah. So if you go to that little bar, those 3 bars over there where you see yourself FTW up at the top left-hand corner, you hit those 3
Yeah.
bars, you can pick you one of your pictures to bring up for an icon.
Okay. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
okay.
I
Nice.
got you. I got you.
The stupid time thing's in my way. I'll turn it to the side. Hopefully this will work
Can you
good.
move those? Can you drag
I
and
hope so.
drop those somewhere else?
Let me see. I know what to do. Thanks for saying that. It gave me an idea. All right.
Wait a minute. Where do I send that bill to?
Let's see. Boop. Nope. Nope. I thought I could, there we go. That'll work. All right. Mirror, no. What's this? It's not doing nothing. Radius, names. What's radius? Why is there a radius there? 14%. Oh. Oh, shit. You could even change the radius of your thing.
Yeah. It
Interesting here.
look like a capsule there.
I know. Take the Chuck pill. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird. I can't fix it. I can't change the picture either.
Can you see my picture?
Because you got to
Oh,
add
edit
one.
avatar. Yeah, you got one.
Okay, so the avatar is actually a tsunami picture. And if you have a real close look at it, you go in, there's that wave is a massive wave. It's got ships riding up the side of it. It was a tsunami that hit the New Zealand coast in it was either the one in 1868 or the one in 1877. The one in 1877 hit the, this is the one here, hit the chat, that's a little bit, about a couple of hundred k's out from New Zealand, hit them at I think it was 12 hours after it left Leque. Leque is a small town near Chile. And if you want to do the research on these tsunamis, look up tsunamis that have affected or have a damage report in your country. And you want to go out and have a look at these damage reports of tsunamis that have hit your country. Now, the one that happened in Japan, everybody knows, ended up 100 miles inland. Now, you've got to think of that in terms of today's situation. Every town, city, everything like that is around our countries, up our riverbeds, and you can get rid of a lot of wasted infrastructure you don't want. You can get rid of a lot of housing. You could even get rid of a lot of people if you had one of these just 8-meter tsunamis coming at you. And people haven't, they've sort of given that subject away. Oh no, that doesn't, it just doesn't add up. But I am doing fossil research here, and I have found through my fossil research that there are fossils that came from the East Coast and fossils that came from the West Coast in the same place. How did they get here? Had to be a tsunami. Come in. Anyway, go and look at these different ones. 1868, 1870, 77. That one in particular was quite nasty in New Zealand. There's the Hutt River Bridge, which is, I'd say about 5 k's away from the coast. It got swept out of its bloody structure and taken inland and up into the headwaters. Now, that's a bloody long way, and it was a lot of mud that came in. A lot of people disappeared. No counts of loss of life, but then it was before actual earthquake and tsunami warnings came out, of course, wasn't it? You there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
see
trying
many
to figure
people
out
talking about
this
talking
echo.
about this.
That's why I muted up.
Okay. So I think people need to do some research on the subject. I think we need to look into it more closely. I really think that these buggers will never give up. Ever, ever, ever give up what they've got. And if you think that you can get away from these buggers, you've got another thing coming, man. Do you know, I don't worry about the bloody words, Chuck, the Great Divide, and whoever sung the bloody song. Think about the bloody actual message there. There are 2 factions in this world. One that's against everyone, and the other one, we are trying to get out of here. We're trying to find ways to escape. We're trying to understand what the fuck's going on. But the thing is, if you really understood it, our life is an experience here. We came here as a being to learn. And the thing is, I don't think they don't give a stuff about what your journey's all about. They're going to use you as a puppet, as a slave, and while you're here. and then you just get to fuck off, and they'll grab another one because there's just millions of us coming in here, just millions of us.
Well, if that dollar, if all that stuff was to dry up, those finances, is that me?
But do you think that these guys that are really making that kind of money are going to stop? Do you think they're the ones that are going to listen to us? No, the ones with the
but
bloody.
what I'm getting at, the actual good guys is the ones that created a lot of this stuff, right? A lot of these finances.
You got YouTube open, Dean?
Oh, I might have. Let me see. Yep. How's that?
That's probably better. No.
Huh. Hang on, I'll have a look at my volume. No.
Yeah, I can't figure it out. I used to be able to solve the problem on
Mute your mic, Dean, and let's see if it does it. Maybe he's got two windows open. Maybe he got another because it's not echoing now. Might have another window open.
Well, maybe if we just talk and then when we're done talking, we just mute, I guess.
Yeah. But when those people, when that money is no good, if that was to dry up,
The echo's gone.
the only ones that would probably survive is those ones that's used to creating. Wow. So did they use that dollar to eliminate the real ones? Back to that echo.
Yeah, the echo.
Okay, I'm gonna bugger off and leave.
Yeah, if you just mute your mic, it won't be there.
Yeah, I do, but what's the point of being up here? It's like fucking being in Facebook jail. Got no fucking voice. Might as well fuck off.
Well, no, you turn it on obviously when you reply, but
well, the thing is, I'm not trying to reply. I'm trying to actually have a say. And, I mean, replying. I can reply to you. I can reply, but the thing is, I mean, I got up here to talk about tsunamis, and the only way that's going to happen is I keep on with my conversation.
go with it, bro. I ain't holding you up. I'll mute.
Well, the thing is that I've watched enough of Charles' lives and videos to know that there is a great amount of infrastructure, probably even more than what we've got on the surface underground, and that this infrastructure underground isn't going to go away. You can't get rid of it with a tsunami, but you can get rid of the infrastructure on the top with a tsunami. You can't get rid of the population under the ground with a tsunami, but you can with on the top. And the thing is that it's like a 10-page book of pages. You can rip the top one off and you can start again with a new picture. Underground doesn't matter what it looks like under there because that's just the basement. The top can be resurfaced. And if you have a look at what terraforming is, this place is being resurfaced whenever they want to reset. You have a look at that. Anyway, I'll remove my mic from there.
Yeah. Something on Argentina happened. This lady was showing where these tsunamis. There's something in Venezuela that happened where it hit the radiation level up over 14,000, which is high on this map. So from Alaska all the way to the tip of South America at the bottom, there's a tsunami warning. That's a big, you know, from Alaska down to South America's tip. That's a huge, you know, distance. And that'd be a huge tsunami to hit all them coasts at once. You think a direct energy weapon could do that, or what?
I believe so. I believe a direct energy weapon could do that. There's enough evidence of meltology. There are groups with meltology. You know, all their findings and everything. I mean, if you've been following any of that, you will find that that meltology came from some kind of massive heat. We've seen evidence of paradise fires where buildings can, not just bodies, but whole buildings can be vaporized. You know, the Twin Towers, I believe that was a same kind of a situation. You know, I believe actually the Tongan eruption was some kind of event as well. And it was reported that 90,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools of vapor entered the atmosphere at once in just a few seconds. You know, you've got to acknowledge that sort of stuff. I was talking to my brother, not yesterday, but the day before, and we had a massive conversation about tsunamis. And I said to myself, I just don't understand why YouTube and all these people don't actually have a conversation about tsunamis. We talk about all the other possibilities of, you know, like you say, energy weapons and such, but the conversation about tsunamis hasn't really ever really surfaced. I mean, outside of the you know, like the media and the academia type of discussions. But, you know, we've got a bloody smart mind as well. And there's lots of people who have looked at tsunamis' idea of a mud flood using terraforming from the ocean. And really, all the mud is that it came off the land. You know, when a land is in this pristine nature, it's covered in trees and bush and all the natural stuff, and then man comes along and starts doing thing. He puts infrastructure in there. He cleans away the trees. He builds farms to feed the people, and all that taking away the tree. You take a tree off the side of a hill, its root system held that soil and all that stable. As soon as you take it away, all that dirt becomes unstable. The side of the hill becomes precarious and things start to disappear off the side of it. And that's what erosion is. We know it exists, but a scale where a slip on the side of a hill could take everything down to bedrock within minutes. And all that goes into the river. You could get one of those slips. I think they had one in Canada last winter. in Canada, they had one that was so big it went across a river, and it blocked that river up and made it into a massive dam. They were so worried about it as to which way it was going to break open and would it take out all the towns underneath in the lower reaches of that river. Now you got to think about that on a mass scale. If every river was blocked up by a tsunami mud plug, and I mean it only needs to be a 30, 40 feet high, shoved up into the rivers and plug up those like where the rocks come down and it's a narrow gorge, and that would plug up. It would cause a dam behind that. Those rivers are never going to flow in the same place they did before, ever. They're going to find a new route, and that's in the easiest, lowest location. And people are not really that they could even wipe us out and cover us all up. You wouldn't know what's underneath you. If you dug down, how many people have dug down and found tunnels? How many people have dug down, found old houses? How many people have dug down? Now they're finding ships underground. How the hell did a bloody ship get underground? You know? Think about it. Well, that's some of the oldest bloody means of cover-up there ever was. That's what a reset is to me. It's not all this. It is. It's the top side stuff too. All the rhetoric that goes with it, and the change of financial systems. Of course, it happens like that. I mean, you can cover up a multitude of sins with mud on the surface, and it only takes a thinking brain to put it together. It's not that bloody hard, you know. I think that we really need to people start putting some bloody thinking. What do you call it? Those think tanks together
Thinking
and have a
cap.
little
Put your
discussion.
thinking cap on and think like a captain and manage that vessel.
And manage that. And you know, our kingdom is within, and I don't know, you might have seen that live with amongst the Suppressors. He did a live, and Singh went up there. I went up there, and Singh actually talked to me and told me that I am the captain of my ship. You know, he just reinforced what I already know. And he said that the energies that I have, and I'm, 72 next birthday, I still go out and get my own firewood. I still split it with a splitting axe. I'm still digging holes and planting trees. I'm still doing all the things that I always do and have always done. And I'm going to do that until I'm no longer capable. And I think that people have become so worlded, they've let the world do this stuff for them because they don't need to do it anymore. But it's when you stop doing stuff, that's when it really stops happening for you. So I say, I am the captain of my own ship. I steer this vessel. I am looking after my kingdom within. I am feeding it correctly. I am looking out for things that improve the way my life is. My vessel inside is being kept clean of parasites, and I try not to drink water that will give me heavy metals, but I can't stop that. So I use the stuff that removes the heavy metals from my body. I eat clay. I find clays that I know that are good for getting rid of heavy metal out of your body. I find other substances like wormwood to get rid of parasites, and walnut husks. And I do all these things and I practice them. I actually get physically involved with my vessel myself. I don't wait for the fucking world to send me to part that shit. I'm not going to be involved with it. I'm not going to let it be my ruler. I am my ruler. Right? I'll lay my case there.
Your governor.
Yep.
You govern yourself. And gov, I'll remind folks, gov is the first word in govern.
Government, yes.
Right. What they're governing is the children's mentality through the education system, indoctrinating them, dumbing them down.
Of course they do, but most people have already been done because they go out and follow that rule. They're already doing that stuff on behalf of the world. They're not doing it for themselves. Most people in this place are not looking after themselves. They're not governing themselves. If you were to go on the percentages, you would find that the percentage would be greater, that more than 60, 80% of this is being governed by who goes out and gets their own firewood.
If those
Not
free
me.
handouts, if those handouts that I call welfare checks, which is financial instruments, because that welfare check is to make sure that you got that financial instrument in good faith and you didn't go around and sell Uncle Charlie's daughter.
Well, it's bloody hard work. It's bloody hard work there, man. What's your name again?
5-speed on here, but Russell.
Okay, Russell. Yeah, 5-speed. Yeah. Okay. Look, yeah, Russell. I know you're correct, and I know that. I mean, my brother and I bloody spent fucking 3 hours talking the other day, and when you got two brothers that know each other pretty well, you can get through some stuff, man. You can get through some knowledge, and you can break the bullshit out of each other's heads too, right? Because we all carry a bit of bullshit, right? We all do. But once you've eliminated all that shit, and you're getting away from your feelers, and you're getting away from, oh, but I need that. No, I can't do without it. Shit, that's when you start to face your fucking demons, because that's when you know how much you're being governed, right?
Do you need it or do you want it?
Yeah.
That's what my mother used to tell me. Do you need it or do you want it? Which one? My mom, I'd be like, both, right? But no, I get it now. It's sort of like, is your cup half full or half empty?
Yeah. And really, most people's are half fucking empty, mate. Most are half empty because they're not doing anything for themselves. How many people, like 5-speed just said, Russell, that most people are on a welfare check. Most people, I mean, I'm on a pension. I've got my, I've done bloody, when I hit 65, they pay me a pension. And you know what? I've already become reliable on the fucking thing, right? That's what I said to my brother. You can fight all you fucking want, but you're still relying on the fucking. So, but the
Just
thing
so I
is,
don't take a big hit out here, because I did say that I look at all of that money, those finances, I look at that as the welfare system. That's the benefit system. So what did you do that the community and the people in your community benefited to get that? What did you do in good faith to get that?
I worked a lifetime. I paid
And
my
a lot
taxes
of people would have to be silent there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
there's a lot
they
of people
exactly
who have
right.
done
They are
absolutely
dependent.
fucking nothing for what they've got. Yes.
They are dependent on somebody in that corporate world to provide them a job so they can provide for their families. If that job is not done in good faith, those prophecies that you're feeding your family with, I don't think it's too healthy for their futures. But hey,
Well, the thing is, I think it's the mind programming that goes with it too, Russell. You know, I mean,
well, that's
yeah,
it. But that's how they keep them because they've programmed that
yes,
dollar was that higher creation that they all call God. They
yes.
think that dollar is it because somebody else told them, hey, you do this job here, but it's a CPS worker and you got to go in and destroy families and we'll give you a bonus depending on how many families and
But let me
children's
put it,
lives and futures you destroy.
let,
No,
let me put it this way to you. Do you believe in reincarnation, Russell?
uh, I, I guess it would depend on the context and the makeup of it because I believe that energy doesn't die. It is just transformed and or transferred. And the transforming that energy will be those teachings. And they have
Do you think that
transformed it and
do you
you
think
have transferred your energy to these people. So, yes, kind of. I believe it's in the
do you
DNA,
think that
it's in the blood.
energy would have come from a source?
I'm sorry, you broke up.
Do you think that energy would have come from a source?
That energy would have came from a source. Well, it had to have.
Okay. Do you think that's? I'm just playing. I'm just playing
I mean, you would think
along.
it would have to.
I'm not really playing here. What I'm trying to do is I'm
Yeah, I
just
got it.
testing. Um, like if the source of everything is
Well,
everything.
right now
and it-
we've identified that source as a dollar because without that dollar, nobody
yeah, that's what I'm
survives.
talking about. That's what we're talking about here. But
There's the transfer. There's the transfer. Energy can
listen,
only be transformed or transferred.
I understand where you're going. But I feel that as a person, I've had a strong drive ever since I was young. And I really, really used to believe, like I still do, but I really had this a strong intention in my head that I would really live forever. Now, where the hell did I get that thought from?
Who
We've got a
knows?
world,
Maybe
eh?
maybe you just might live forever. Who knows?
Well,
I
I think
couldn't
that
say you won't,
I don't think my
or
body.
nor could I say you would.
Okay. Well, what I'm trying to say is that my body will die. I think that's a meat sack that I'm borrowed when I came here. When I came
Does
here,
it
I came
die or wear out?
eh? Wear out, whatever.
Because remember in the old days,
Wear
they
out,
didn't say
probably.
these people died. They always would say they passed on.
They wore out, right? Yeah, they passed on. Okay, and so getting back to that way of thinking, I'm not trying to. I mean, the thing is, if you look up in Google and say, well, how long is a person stay alive? And, like the Google thing will tell you, as long as you can support yourself. Now, if you're a person in a city, that might be a lot longer than a person who's living in the country, because he has to do his own work, whereas the person in the city is getting their work done for them. They can get a bus. They don't have to worry about walking anymore. They can.
Once those workers, damn echoing. Once those workers figure out who they are, though,
yeah, I'm not.
They
talking
won't
about
be doing their work for them.
Right.
So once each individual finds themselves, that shit will
The thing is,
stop.
you're talking about a if, what if, I can't
I think at
see
the
that.
end of the day, it's just learning.
I don't think there's a big enough population to who are actually thinking, what if I did give all this up? I don't think there's a big enough population here to swing it so that it'll ever change.
Well, if the financial system,
I think the thing
financial
is,
system was to collapse,
well, that'd be great.
all of those people dependent on those worker bees that have figured out that they're slaves and no longer the worker bee.
I can't
Then
see
what?
it happening. I got mates around here I talk with every day. They are not going to give that up. And if you were to go around and
some of the things that we
you
might
were to
be
go
missing
down
is
and talk
there's
to
nothing
20
being
people, you
created.
will find that none of them will give it up. None of them.
But see, I think the thing we're missing is there's nothing new created. Once those people figure out who they are,
one either. You know, I know that.
and the
Russell. I know
creating
there's
stops,
nothing
there'll be
new.
nothing to buy and sell. You've sold it all.
The thing is that you're the resource builder. You go out and dig up the resource and make a resource. You give it to the world. They tax you on it, and then they sell the fucking back to you. Tell me how that
Look at
works.
how many times a house built in 1950 has been sold. It's insane. This is insane.
So hang on, Russell. Before you go down the insane track, ask that how many of those people are going to wake up to that.
I think at some point they're not going to have any choice but to wake up to it.
Yeah, well, that might be too fucking late. They might be already living in a smart box.
But for them, it's too late for them, but it's not too late for the ones that know how to act and can work with one another and build up a community again. We don't need these people.
Connecting the dots in your own head there, because you're actually saying, well, it's too late for them, but we'll still be able to wake them all up. How can you wake them all up?
What do you think? There's a bomb going to go off and kill us all?
Now, hang on, Russell. What would happen if you killed us all? Would you be
wait a
worried
minute.
about
You were indicating that a man couldn't survive if the financial system collapsed.
No, I didn't say that at all. You thought that.
No, I said we would be okay. And those ones that were depending on those hands out will not. That's what I said.
Yeah,
we'll be fine. We can work together.
I don't think that, because some people
see those people. That's the problem. They don't want to work together. They think they're special. They think they're entitled to handouts.
Oh, but you think you're special too, bro. I know you do. I can tell by the way you talk.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't think anybody should.
You're judging the people, bro.
I don't think a community and a society of people shouldn't take 30% from a man in that workforce, and that workforce is supposed to be to feed everybody. But yet they take 30% of that man's workforce and then charge him for all of his feed. I don't know, man. It seems like they got everybody thinking backwards. So if those people quit letting you take that 30% and quit going to work for
Dean
other
did.
people and only do for themselves, it's their loss.
I gotta
They
go
were
soon
biting the
anyway.
hand that feeds them.
In like, what time is it? In like 10 minutes.
121.
I don't know why. Dean, I think, took off. Dean said, I'm out of here.
I mean, I hope no hard feelings. I mean, I do believe these
No,
are the
Dean's
type of
cool.
conversations that need to be had.
Dean's
Because
cool.
I think for the most part, people are good people, man.
No, Dean's a real good person.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, Lucid. Labor Day. Fuck Labor Day. The only thing good about Labor Day, see, with Social Security, if you get hurt at work, they're only going 10 years back here in Connecticut. So all the years that I worked, let's say, before the last 10 years, it's gone. I'll never see that money again. I do have, I worked for this bus company, the biggest bus company on the East Coast. I got John Hancock. That guy must have liked cock in his hand a lot. Who would name their son Hancock? I don't know, but
I
they owe me
about
money.
12 years ago got a contract in Kentucky from up in Pennsylvania. And I had to fly in real quick to sign the contract. And that's exactly what that guy's name was. John
Yeah,
Hancock. He said,
yeah,
I
it's
know
a
it
life
don't
insurance
sound funny
company.
when he called me on the phone. He said, but I need you to get down here and give me your John Hancock.
Man, where'd that thing go? Damn it! I'm always misplacing stuff. I gotta call them up.
It was a pleasure, FTW. I hope I didn't offend him in any way. And I don't think so. He seemed like a pretty
Oh, Dean's
intelligent
strong.
individual. So,
He's strong-minded.
yeah.
Has a big heart, and I respect Dean. He stands on what he stands on, and so does everyone else. We're all open-minded, though. Dean's open-minded.
Absolutely. I think that's what the problem is just that, the closed-mindedness. And the sad part about it is most of the closed-mindedness is coming from the
School.
handouts.
I wonder why they call it school.
So they can gather you all up in one big bunch and swoop us all at one time. See,
Like a
if
school
that
of fish.
fish don't open his mouth, he won't get
He won't
hooked.
get caught. Mm. Dean said he's not offended.
Yeah, I see that. Good deal. Well, I think I'm about to jump out of here myself. I think you were about ready to go too, wasn't you, Chuck?
Yeah, I gotta go do a few things.
All right. So
But I
I'll
appreciate you
bounce
coming
on
by,
out.
by Speed.
Yeah, you'll see me around. I see you live. I hadn't seen you in a while. I don't get on much of these panels anymore because there's no good conversation as far as I'm concerned. But these types of conversations, I think this is what these types of conversations would change the world much quicker than all that other goofy stuff. But
I agree
I'll
with
get
that.
out of here and I'll end it like I always do. Be the change you wish to see. And remember, popularity without a positive purpose doesn't secure any of our children's futures. Many blessings. Peace.
Blessings, Russ. Thanks, man.
Yep, later.
Me too, Dean. Same with here. I was paying my bill every month. I woke up this morning and they fucking stripped my entire StreamYard with everything. There was nothing there. My intro's gone. All the music's gone. Everything was gone. The pictures. It was empty. Right? They started me from ground zero again. Basically took my contract and broke it. They broke the contract, not me. I paid my bill every month. So you know what? I said, fuck StreamYard. And I found Restream, and I'm going to pay Restream because the reason they're doing that is because I got that little discount that happens at New Year's they give. That was over a year ago. So now they're like, well, they only have one price, and that's $55 a month. I'm not paying. Yeah, everything's gone. I'm not paying. They didn't give me an email neither. I looked. No email to warn me, nothing. I just got up this morning and everything was gone. I thought Cage did it. I was going to flip out. But then I figured out what it was. It wasn't Cage. So StreamYard to go screw themselves. It was fun while it lasted, and I'd rather give my money to Restream. I could afford that. I can't afford no $50 a month for what? You know. But I like Restream better anyway. They have more options. Um, and yeah, it's more affordable and it's worth the price. But yeah, what happened to you is the same thing that happened to me, but just a few days later or maybe a month later. It's all good. StreamYard's going to lose a lot of good customers. But thank you for coming up, Dean. Thank you, Dominic, True Song, and 5 Speed. I'll leave this up. Can't did I do? Yeah, I could leave it up. I might go live later like I did last night when I played Knowledge Uprising's oh, I hope my intro ain't gone. Let me see. Let me see if I'm able to have an intro here. Oh, I gotta pay. That's right. Well, I'll do that later. I'll pay him. Beautiful outside. It's about 76 degrees, and yeah, me too. I was pissed, man, because I lost a lot of like my intro. I don't think I got that saved, so I'm fucked. I don't know. Yeah, I think anyway. Who cares? Hope everyone has a great day. Um, I appreciate you all, man, and just keep shining and stay strong. Much love and respect to everyone, and I'll see you guys next time. One love.